People, welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another live watch along, and today the first watch along of 2025. A new year, new optimism, new hope for Arsenal. Or is it just same old Arsenal? I don't know, people. We're going to find out. Big up to everyone locked in. Really appreciate all the support on this channel from years gone by. And as we move forward into 2025 as well, people, big up to everyone. Hope you're well. Hope you had a good night last night. And let's get back down to business, people. You know what I'm saying? Because, boy, if anybody knows how to mess up a celebration, it's Arsenal Football Club. Let's hope they don't today. So big up to everyone in the chat. Hope you're all well. Appreciate all the well wishers, man. Big up to everyone. And let's get 3,000 likes today quite easily. Now, there was a rumour going around, people, that there was a sickness bug going around the Arsenal camp. It doesn't look like it's done too much damage. We have lost Kai Havertz. The donkey is out, people. He's out with illness. I'm not saying this in a horrible way. I'm kind of glad to see an Arsenal team without Havertz in it at the moment. I feel like I need a break from him in the team. I need to see how we play without him. It might sound crazy because he has actually got 7 goals for us this season. Anybody that watched my preview yesterday, I said I would love to see Jesus through the middle and Nwaneri on the right. But I said it ain't going to happen because we know that he's going to play Havertz. Well, Havertz is out with a sickness bug. And he's done it. He's put Jesus up front and he's put Nwaneri on the right, people. Everyone talking about Cartel's concert last night. I didn't actually see it, you know. I didn't actually see it. But let's go on about the Arsenal team. Let's go through the starting 11. We'll go through the Brentford team. We've got just under an hour till kickoff. And by the way, I turned up on time today. New year, new me, 2025. 4:30 means 4:30. Let's see if that continues, but definitely a good start. David Raya plays in goal, people. Timber at right back. Calafiori preferred at left back to Lewis Skelly. I'm not sure I would have done that, you know, but obviously Calafiori cost £40 million. Lewis Skelly's come through the youth team. He's under pressure to play him. You know, the ownership will be looking at it and saying, why pay 40 million for this guy and you're playing a youth team player ahead of him? So, an Mbuemo on the right wing, but then is Calafiori a better 1v1 defender than him? That's the thing that we need to look at. Gabriel and Saliba at centre-back. The midfield, Thomas Partey, Mikel Merino and Martin Odegaard. Declan Rice on the bench. He actually had a good game against Ipswich. I know people will say it's only Ipswich, but interesting. Merino, he's playing in that 8 role today on the left. Let's see what he does. Sink or swim for him. He needs to start performing. We haven't seen enough from him. The front three, Martinelli on the left, Nwaneri on the right, and Gabriel Jesus through the middle. I actually don't mind that front three. I'm surprised he went with Martinelli over Trossard. Trossard got an assist in the last game. But I hear it. Maybe he thinks his direct pace will cause more problems. The Arsenal bench is Neto, Kivior, Tierney, Zinchenko, Lewis Skelly, Declan Rice, Jorginho, Kabaya the youngster, and Leandro Trossard. I mean, again, it's an awful bench. I'm sorry, without coming across as disrespectful. I mean, Kivior, Tierney, Zinchenko, Lewis Skelly, 4 left-backs. Yeah, they are people who can play at centre-back as well. You know, Kivior, of course. But what the hell is going on that we've got 4 left-backs on the bench? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make no sense. Trossard, the only attacking player on the bench. Kabaya, the youngster, actually. I don't actually know what position he is, so forgive me for being disrespectful. I haven't done my research on him, but it's an awful bench. Let's be real. The starting 11 needs to win us the game. You can bring on Trossard. You can maybe bring on Declan Rice. Nothing else is happening there going forward. If we fall into a situation where we need a goal, I just don't get it. I really don't get it. And listen, the rotation, I think we're just going to have to get used to it because, listen, somebody just said there in the comments, and I'm with you, why is Declan Rice being dropped or rested? He played really well in the last game. We've got 9 games in January. you're going to watch 3 or 4 games this month at least, where players you think should be starting are on the bench. It's just the reality of the situation that we found ourselves in. As I said, we've got a crazy month of January, and he's going to have to rotate. But Declan Rice has been playing with a broken toe. Maybe it hasn't fully healed yet. That bench, if I'm the ownership, and this is where I do criticise the owners all the time. If I've spent $750 million and that's my bench, something isn't right. I'm saying what? Listen, Havertz is out for illness, Tomiyasu's injured, Saka's injured, so we know there are players missing, but where's the squad depth? Who are we actually going to rotate moving forward in the next few months? Trossard might pop in for Martinelli, Havertz might come in for Jesus. Then what are you doing? Lewis Skelly maybe for Calafiori? That's just... The squad depth there needs to be addressed, and we're going to talk about it with the transfer stories. It is January the 1st. The transfer window is open. Are Arsenal going to go shopping? We will see, people. Tomiyasu is like a figment of our imagination. It's like he doesn't even exist anymore. He's the only guy who just gets a little knock and then you don't see him for 6 months. Crazy. Brentford have way more injuries. Yeah, listen, but our aspirations are very different. Brentford are probably looking to finish mid-table. We're trying to win the title. They'll get away with it. We won't. That's the big problem. By the way, people, don't forget that today's show is sponsored by the guys at Proton VPN. Big up to them for all their support on the channel over this festive period. Hopefully, we'll be doing some work beyond that as well. Don't forget, use the code CurtisShawTV to get 3 months free on a 1-year package. Keep yourself, safe if you're traveling. You want to watch TV from abroad. You don't want to be using public Wi-Fi's and not protect yourself. You got to look after your private information. So download Proton VPN. The QR code is sorted now. Where are we? That bottom corner. Scan the QR code or click the link in the description below, or it's in the pinned comments as well. I always do the sponsorship read early in the game before I end up doing the Turkish situation at the end of the game where I'm headbutting the screen. And by the way, big up my boy Turkish, who just hit 100k on his channel. So big up. And OG's coming back from next week, people. It's been a bit crazy over the festive period. So OG's will be back, and we'll get back down to business in terms of regular content when it comes to Arsenal. Keros, hit me up with the clips after, bro. After the game. Maybe with no music on it, though, just so I can upload and add music to it if necessary. But big up, and I'll message you back. Anyway, let's get into the nitty-gritty of the show. Let me read out the super chats. Jonah, it'd be like Arsenal to ruin our new year. Listen, if Arsenal don't win today, don't let them ruin your new year. I told everyone, protect yourself by telling yourself they're not going to win the league. And if they do, it's a bonus. Simple as that. George Guna, absolutely thrilled to see Nwaneri on the right. Hopefully the kid has a good game. At the end of the day, we're looking for a solution on that right-hand side. Whether that comes from the players that are within the club now, or we go and sign somebody. In fact, the guy who's playing right wing today for Brentford in Brian Mbeumo is a potential solution, whether you're happy with that or not. But it's definitely somebody that I think is on our list. If Nwaneri could have a stormer today on that right, because it just feels like in that role, he's not going to play him in that central attacking midfield role because of Odegaard. And when he wants to play 2 in that role, he tends to put Havertz there. So this might be the way to get Nwaneri in this Arsenal team by playing on the right-hand side. So let's hope that... Let's hope he has a storm. He struggled in the last game in the cup, but hopefully he can do something, today on that right. MP said, big up, C. Hope you had a good holidays now. Let's see Arsenal have that firework. They got to do something. They got to do something. I think with Arsenal now, we've got to start kicking into gear now. And what I mean by that is I haven't felt like... probably for most of this season that Arsenal are in form. Even now, Arsenal haven't lost for a while, but I still don't feel like we're in form because every now and then We draw with Everton. We draw with Fulham. We put in a poor performance against Ipswich. And you go and you lose belief. You go, you can't play like that and win the title. I think Arsenal last season, from January, they kicked into gear. They went to Dubai, the Gold State, all of that. But now is when you've got to step up. We know that Saka's injured. Get on with it. Honestly, I don't want Saka's injury to be the reason that we're sitting here at the end of the season going, well, we didn't win the league because Saka got injured. Any player can get injured at any moment. Salah got injured after AFCON for Liverpool. De Bruyne missed half a season last season. You're supposed to have squad depth. You're not going to have like for like with all your top players. We know that's the reality. But if you've got an attack that is structured properly, you can still perform without your top players. Manchester City won the league last season. De Bruyne was out for 6 months. Why? Because Phil Foden went into the central attacking midfield role, ripped up the place, won PFA Player of the Year. They didn't miss him. When he came back, they were free-flowing. The problem with Arsenal this season is we're too reliant on Saka. So now Saka's come out, you're looking at the attack going, boy, I don't know what they're going to do. Martinelli, Trossard, Havertz, Jesus, they've got to step up. Then the club have got to go into the market. So, why was me said, Big C, it's the reality of the situation. Happy New Year. Yeah, bro. That's it. That's where we are. Deal with reality, people. Back to life. Back to reality. Apparently, Edu was sacked, Big C, says Joba. He said no to Bellingham, missed out on Gramirez, Isak and Kudus. I'd sack him too. We need to do better in the market. I mean, listen. It's funny because what I heard, I think Jude Bellingham was definitely a big part of that, was his fault. He was 16 at the time. They didn't want to pay 15 million for a 16-year-old. He ends up becoming a world beater. The only thing I would say, the rumour was on Bruno Guimaraes that he was the one pushing for him to sign for Arsenal. That's what I heard. I don't know how true that is. Apparently, Bruno Guimaraes and Paqueta were two players he pushed on to Arsenal and they didn't take them. Isak and Kudus, I'm not sure. I think with Kudus, we couldn't afford him. We wanted him at the end of the window. That's why we had to get David Raya on loan. We had no money left in that summer. So big up Joba. Tayshik, appreciate the super chat. Gifted a membership to somebody in the community. Big up yourself. And Sayat, big up to you for becoming a member. Really appreciate that. 3,000 of you in the chat already. Big up the Twitch gang. Big up the whole C unit in 2025, people. Let's make it a prosperous one. And Deck said, I vote with my wallet every season. Didn't buy any merch this year. No substantial investment in the squad. And should equal no support from the fans. Stop commenting on their social media posts. If we all did that. First thing you've got to do is hit the pocket. And I'll be honest, I don't hide behind the fact that I'm very critical of the ownership, yet I buy merch. I do. I'll be honest with you. I buy merch. Right, I like the merch. But if the fan base gets serious, I'll be frontline, people. I told you I share a season ticket. If we're getting serious as a fan base, one phone call, yo, listen, I'm not going to the game and I don't want you to go to the game and I don't want you to sell that ticket. We'll take a loss on it. Yeah, but I want to go. No, don't worry about it. Leave that seat empty because I want to see 10,000 empty seats in the stadium. Oh, and if we need to protest, we'll protest. And if we need to do something on social media, I'll do it. Now, you could say, yeah, but if I start, but the fan base are not in that frame of mind. All you've got to do, people, is go on Twitter or X, whatever it's called nowadays. Go online, type in Arteta, type in the Cronkays, and go and see what the big accounts are saying online. And you'll see we're a long way away from anything happening in terms of any sort of revolt against the football club. In fact, the majority of the fan base think that things are great at the football club. I told you, I'm still very much in the minority in the fact that I don't think Arsenal are going to look back on this period in 10 years and go, oh, what a golden generation that was. If there ain't no major trophies, forget about it. Don't mean anything. Forget about it. Anyway, Joba said, injury list, Ben White, Tomiyasu, Saka, Sterling, Havertz. We actually have an ish team and bench. Our attack is still rubbish when they are back. Ben White would struggle to get in this team. Timber's at right back. Tomiyasu would be on the bench. Saka would start. Sterling doesn't play anyway. And Havertz is out with illness. So in theory, we're missing 2 starters, in my opinion. You could argue Ben White would be at right back with Timber at left back. I actually think Timber's better at right back than he is left back. You could argue we're missing 2 players from our starting 11. Carl said, this club is a consumer club. They play in the... We are one model, make it a family day out rather than an elite club who set the standard of football, of elite football first mentality with the fans in mind. The thing was, Cole, and you're spot on, the club capitalised on, and I agree with you, by the way, Runyan, a lot of these accounts are paid, and I'm genuinely, I think that probably is the case. Arsenal knew that the club, in terms of the relationship between the fans and the connection with the players and the manager and everything, it was broken. It was broken. Wenger in, Wenger out became toxic. Emery came in. I tell you the truth, Emery never got the full support of the fan base because half the fan base still wanted Arsene Wenger. So when Emery turned up, those guys that were Wenger in at the football club, they didn't accept Emery. So Emery never got the support. They said he doesn't speak good English. They were mocking him. You know, they didn't look at it and go, actually, Wenger's finished. We've got a multiple trophy-winning manager here. Let's support him. They mocked him. So he only ever had half the fan base backing him. So when things went wrong for Emery, it caved in quickly. The owners saw that. The fans have turned on him already. We'll get rid of him. Then they realised when Arteta came in, Wenger's never coming back. We don't want to go down the Chelsea model of sacking a manager. The club then said, listen, we're going to PR Mikel Arteta to the maximum. He's played for the club. He's captained the club. Wenger's said great things about him. So then those Wenger-ins had now realised we've got to get behind the manager. So then the percentage that was supporting the manager was much greater. And the reality of the situation is, I believe Arteta would have been sacked if it wasn't for COVID. I don't want to say that he was lucky because you're talking about, you know, a terrible situation that occurred worldwide. The fact remains we were 8th in the table with Willian in the team. And I believe he would have been sacked if 60,000 fans were in that stadium. Losing at home to Burnley he would not have survived that with fans. With no fans in the stadium, there was no backlash. So he survived it. And then by the time it came back, we started to recover. We got back in Europe and they fed us with PR, and people lapped it up. So when you question the club online, you look like you're rebelling. You look like you're the problem. So when you go online and go, I'm not sure Arteta's good enough, because you're in the minority and all the other big accounts are saying he is, people think, what's wrong with you? How come you're questioning the manager? How come you're not loving life or in the title challenge? And no, to me, that's not enough. That's not enough. I always say the club have no divine right to win the title. They don't. Because Man City have been incredible and whatever. But they have to do everything they can to try and win it. And no Arsenal fan can sit here and say that the Kroenkes did everything they could in the summer. They had 2 years of building themselves to go and get it. And then they didn't have that big transfer window that we know we needed. And the same people that were sitting here in the summer saying, 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 window, those same guys are now saying, we desperately need a striker and a right winger. Well, if we had an 8 out of 10 window, we wouldn't be desperate for a striker. Because you should have recognised that in the summer. So that it's crazy. The goalposts are getting moved constantly by the fan base. That's the issue. East London Gooner, big up with the super sticker, bro. Appreciate that. Cody said, question, would you rather win the Champions League this year, guaranteeing Arteta and the Kroenkes stay for the next 20 years, or get no trophies this year, finish 5th, sack Arteta? I've got to take the Champions League, bro. I've got to take the Champions League. One of the biggest problems for Arsenal is, as much as I question the manager, I also don't trust the ownership to replace him adequately. So people ask me all the time, if you think Arteta should go, who would you bring in? The names that I name, I'm not sure that they would go for any of them. Because a lot of those guys are very, they've got very strong personalities. They're not just going to accept what an ownership feeds to them. And I don't think this ownership wants somebody like that. I don't think they would want a Zinedine Zidane or a Simeone or a Simone Inzaghi. I don't think they want that. They want somebody that will stay quiet, defend them, and collect the wages. So I would take the Champions League, bro. At the end of the day, we've never won it. So I'd run around with that for years. Juan said, off 4 hours of sleep. Don't ruin day one, Arsenal. Come on, man. Please don't. African Giant, Happy New Year's, Curtis. I'm a little sad, mate. Starting to panic. Chelsea giving me high blood pressure. You know what you've done, bro? I'll tell you what you've done. You've started to dream. And dreaming is great. I'm all for dreaming. But realistically, as a Chelsea fan, where you finished last season, Chelsea fans should still be quite happy with what's going on. I think there's a lot of progress in Chelsea. They're probably a goalkeeper and a striker short of really, really being up there. You know? They're fourth. They'll probably win the Conference League. They'll challenge for a domestic cup. Should be back in the Champions League. It's a good season. But the problem is Chelsea thought they were in the title race. Now all of a sudden they're feeling disappointed. So I think that's the problem. Helen said, is it true it's £19 in the ground for a hot dog? I'll be honest with you, I've never bought a hot dog inside the stadium. I did buy a chicken burger and chips with no drink, and I think it was around £20 for a chicken burger and chips. It was and trust me, that I don't do that often. I always tell anybody, if you're going to the Emirates, get food before or after you go inside that stadium. The food is so average and so overpriced. So yeah, anybody goes to Emirates, eat before or after. HR said transfer window was bad. Also unfair red cards. Odegaard and Saka injury have also cost us this season. Yeah, definitely played a part. But do we have adequate replacements for them? That's the big question, bro. Nobody should be in a situation where they expect a player to play 38 games. There has to be a scenario that if that guy doesn't play, what is the solution? Surely, if we sit down this summer, let's say us as the community, whatever football club you support, write your strongest starting 11 on that board and underneath write the replacement. If Saka gets injured, who plays right wing for a sustained period of time? It's supposed to be Raheem Sterling. That's the whole point of the loan deal. If Odegaard gets injured, who plays creative midfield? Is it not Nwaneri? But then it never seemed like we had that plan. But yeah, listen, of course, it had a big effect on us. George Guna, big up, bro. Hope you're well. He said, until the ownership is sorted, we are not getting back to winning titles and dominating like we used to. If you don't have the right tools, it simply ain't happening, despite who the manager is. Still sack Arteta, though. I hear you. It's strong words, but I understand it, because the way I look at it is this. This is the flip side of the ownership argument. The flip side is this. It's not even a complete flip side, actually, but a little bit. If you look at the Liverpool ownership, their spending is very similar to Arsenal. They don't necessarily blow up the market, but they nailed their recruitment. Now, that is because of Michael Edwards and because of Jurgen Klopp. If you look at the Liverpool team, it costs a very similar amount to the Arsenal team. But in the last 10 years, they've won the Prem, the Champions League, the FA Cup, the League Cup, the Super Cup. They've won everything. We've won a couple of FA Cups. Why is that? It's because of the recruitment. The recruitment is vital. Arsenal have to get an elite sporting director, and that then gives us a chance. But we haven't even got a sporting director at the moment. You know, that's the problem. That's the problem. You know, big up African Giant. He said, I like that answer. That was a big brother reply. No bantering this year. Good luck on the game tonight, brother. Appreciate that, bro. Big up to everyone locked in, man. Nearly 4,000 of you tuned in. And appreciate everybody commenting. People asking for new mods. Mods, go easy, man. Bo said you got some dodgy mods banned for ages on the other account. People, mods, go easy. Unless someone says something crazy in the chat, you know, obviously then get to work. But I think most of the time we're pretty solid in the community. So I don't want people, you know, getting banned unless they've really crossed the line with something, you know. We got some solid community members in here. So big up. Big up to Bo. Big up to African Giant, bro. But I think you'll still have a decent season. So big up Saliba in the comments. And Enna said, does Inzaghi, Zidane, Ancelotti win the Prem with our front line? I don't think they do. They're by foot. Yeah, but I don't think they would accept that forward line. That's the thing. I think they'd come in and go, I can't work with that. You better buy somebody. So I don't think any manager in the world would win the title with our front line. Unless all of a sudden a new manager has a better system and then maybe you get a better Martinelli or, you know, but it would be difficult. It would be difficult. Carl said, would you rather get Nico Williams or Mamouche? You know what? I haven't seen enough of Mamouche. I've said this quite openly. Nico Williams is a bit of a hit and miss player for me. I watched him in the Euros and I thought, oh my God, this guy's unbelievable. I've watched him a few times for Bilbao and I haven't been impressed with him. My worry with Nico Williams is against a low block, I think he's not great. He needs a lot of pace. He needs a lot of space to use that pace. But Mamouche, I honestly, I can't tell you how good he is. So you guys are probably more well informed on him than me. Most of my scouting, if you like, on Mamouche is YouTube based. I've watched his goals on highlights. I've hardly watched him play live. So yeah, I can't really put that argument forward. I know a lot of people are saying they'd take him. Richard said, with it being New Year's Day, not surprised Trossard is on the bench. Defo turned up to Brentford straight from the club. All night sesh down in Stella. Wouldn't surprise me, my friend. Wouldn't surprise me. Stella or Trossard on New Year's Day. Anyway, half an hour till kickoff. 4,000 of you in the chat. Great support. Big up Holborn who said, big up Big C. Happy New Year to the community. Here we go. Road to 100k. Let's do it, people. Let's do it. Let's get it. And big up to Kay Hayes as well, who said, Happy New Year, Don Curtis and the C Unit firm from Grenada. It's a while I haven't seen a comment from Buenos Aires. Guna, I hope all is all right with him. As I said, man, he said in the comments a while back that he was having a child and then just came out of the community. So hopefully he's just busy changing nappies and everything's all right with him, man. But yeah, as I said, people, Happy New Year to everybody locked in. We've got half an hour until kickoff. The game's on TNT Sport, by the way, for anybody who's looking for that. I mean, Petit is doing an interview. There's a picture of him with R9. I mean, oh, God. R9, my favourite player, probably ever, to be honest. Let's talk a few transfer stories before we then get back to the team news and then build up to the game. This is a must-win game for Arsenal. Big up George who said, hit the likes, people. Arsenal have to win today. This is a must-win game. If we've got any chance of getting back in this title race, we've got to be winning these games. Sammy Mockbell. Sammy Mockbell is writing about Arsenal again today. He's done a bit of a New Year's story surrounding Arsenal's transfers, and he was speaking about on whether Arsenal can spend money in the January transfer window. He said, yes, money won't be an issue. While complying with PSR regulations remain a factor, Arsenal are well within those constraints, meaning the restrictions they set on spending will be their own. Yes, yes, yes. I'm so glad that is out there straight away. We do not want to hear no excuses from this ownership because they hide behind this, oh, PSR. It's the new get-out word, isn't it, for any football club. We'd love to buy, but PSR's got us. We hardly spent any money in terms of net spend in the summer. We pretty much sold what we spent. This football club have hid behind these excuses for too long. PSR and all that nonsense. Spend the money or we know you're not serious. And I said on the stream the other day, by the end of January, you'll have all the answers to your questions. All of them. All of them. If they don't spend, look what he says in that last sentence. Arsenal are well within those constraints, meaning the restrictions they set on spending will be their own. So if Arsenal don't spend, that means it is the Kroenkes putting that in place. No PSR, no financial restrictions. That's them saying, we don't want to spend the money. We've got other things to concentrate on. You know? So let's see. Let's see. I mean, Sammy Mokbel is not always bang on. Let me just be clear, but he's pretty well informed. Athletic bang on about Arsenal worried about PSR. Well, Athletic is the mouthpiece of the football club, so they will feed that out there. I've said it all along, people, and again, I hope I'm not coming across as some sort of, doomsday content creator. I think Arsenal will spend minimal amounts in January. I'll be very, very surprised if Arsenal went big. I hope they do. I really hope they do. LSU said, I'll tell you, it is PSR. I'll tell you again what the club is worried about. The 250 million in low interest loans the Kroenkes made to the club suddenly counting to the bottom line. It is reality, and I hear you with that. I do hear you with that. But at the end of the day, when you own a company and that company is struggling in whatever your targets are, and unfortunately, their target might be a different target to us. Our target is to win the league. I'm sure they want to win the league, but I've never felt like they were desperate. Maybe top 4 is enough to keep them happy. Then, if you're going to give the manager 15 million a season, give him the right players. Then we can judge him, and then we know where the problem is. You don't give him a new deal, then say, by the way, there's no money to spend. If you don't want to give him money, you should have moved him on. Brian said, Happy New Year, Big C and Cruz. New Year, Old Park bench. Need 3-1 Gunners. Come on, you Gunners, says Brian. Brooklyn in the building. Big up for the well-wishers, bro. And Only Way is up, said, Happy New Year, Big C in the community from New York. Hope we get the 3 points. And keep up the pressure. We'll be watching your NBA team, the Knicks, tonight. I mean, bro, are the Knicks going to change history and actually win an NBA championship? I don't know. They're going a bit crazy this year. I think it's 8 wins in a row for the Knicks. Trading Randall for Cat, Brunson's getting 50 points in some games. It's crazy. It is crazy. I can't lie. Mohammed said there is no way we even spend $750 million, and that's $750 million, and that's our bench. Brown envelopes everywhere. Arsenal overpay average players. It is interesting, isn't it? Why? I think the problem with Arsenal over the last few years is because we haven't had a lot of success in terms of major trophies, you then overcompensate by paying bigger wages. So you end up in situations where you've got Zinchenko on 150 grand a week, or you've given Reece Nelson 100 grand and Nketiah 100 grand a week. When you look at teams like Liverpool, have got Luis Diaz on 55 grand a week. Because when you're winning major trophies, the football will bring the player to the football club. And then the money is a bonus. When you're struggling to win major trophies, you've got to convince them by paying them more money. And I think over the years, because Arsenal have suffered, they've overpaid wages to average players, which is why it then flips around and becomes so difficult to sell them. And that's been the problem with Arsenal over the years, why Arsenal have ended up paying off contracts, because overpaid average players, people don't want them. People don't want them, and that's the problem. So I hope Arsenal can get out of that situation and start to give wages that reflect on the ability level of the player, So we'll see. We'll see. Knicks winning the championship is like Blackburn winning the Prem. Stranger things have happened. Big up David, hope you're well. Said, big up C-Unit, bring me a striker. And a CSTV mug in 2020. We'll get there. What will we get first, the striker or the mug? Probably the mug, I would say. But big up to you, bro. A White Glove said the only Big Six club that's gotten a vast majority of transfers right in the last 5 years is Liverpool. I think you would say City as well. City haven't got much wrong. The odd one. Chelsea, that billion, how much of it? They've spent some of it well. Some of it's been wasted. Tottenham, I wouldn't say their spending's been great. United's has been terrible. Yeah. Tottenham poor, United poor, Chelsea okay, City good, Liverpool good, Arsenal average, I would say, 50-50. M said, Happy New Year, Natty King Curtis. Here's to a great year for you and the channel. You kill it, man. With this community, you'll never bottle alone. Oh, my. Yeah, maybe just the team on the pitch, you know. And big up Canaris Gunners, who said, Happy New Year, Big C. And the community, big up your damn self. Big up your damn self, man. We've still got 25 minutes until kickoff, so I just want to carry on with a couple parts of the transfer situation. Sammy Mockwell, part of the same article that he wrote. He said, in addition to Saka's replacement, that's funny, I thought we'd signed him in the summer, Raheem Sterling. Arsenal want a new centre-forward and are considering a central midfielder. But those deals are viewed as ones to execute in the summer. Same old Arsenal. Not now, but later on. With the club's focus in January honed in on a wide forward. I genuinely think, right, because it's crazy this. I mean, I've been saying all along, I think Arsenal still need a midfielder. Clearly need a striker and a winger. But number one, why did we not go for a winger or a striker in the summer? And we just bought a midfielder. Now, don't get me wrong, Jorginho and Partey may go, so we will need another midfielder. I think January, the winger will probably a loan player or a cheap buy, to be honest. That's what I would expect. So I said this the other week. I said, you're looking at Kolo Muani, you're looking at Kingsley Coman, you're looking at somebody like that to come in and play out wide to just fill the gap until Saka eventually comes back. Then in the summer, they'll try and go big, but why in the summer? You know, that's the problem with Arsenal. You feel like they're always waiting and waiting and waiting. I think Arsenal may have had money available because I think he would have bought Seska, but it is crazy. It is crazy. You know, again, we're going to go into a summer window saying we need a striker, we need a left winger, we need a centre midfielder. We probably might need another goalkeeper if we don't make Neto a permanent. And we might even need a left back because I would expect Tierney, Zinchenko and Kivior to all leave in the summer. Although we probably will still have Lewis Skelly and Calafiori. So, yeah, it's just crazy that after so much money spent, we still need 3 or 4 key players who will be very expensive to buy. So it's wild. It really is. Let's get another striker that's good at heading the ball. We need something. Of course, we had money available. For Arteta could spend $2 billion. We'd still be no closer to winning silverware. He's got to win something this year. Let's hope he does, man. Brio said we could have bet on Tonali and Tony, but I don't bet. Well, I know what you're saying there. The old betting joke. And Leaf said, no team we've played has worried me. Well, do you know what? That's a good point. That is actually a brilliant point. I've said it so many times, though, right? I've said it so many times. Arsenal's biggest enemy is themselves. We've been to Manchester City away this season. I never really felt nervous during that game. And in fact, I thought we had them rattled until Trossard got sent off and we were 2-1 up. We played Liverpool at home with no Saliba. I think Odegaard missed that game, and I thought we had them. I thought we'd beaten them. But again, we switch off last 10 minutes and they equalise. And all the other games, to be honest, I think if we'd have performed properly, we could have won. But the problem is, ifs, buts and maybes, they mean very little, don't they? So it shows that we can compete against anybody, and you think we can beat anybody. But the problem is the consistency. Silly mistakes, silly red cards, switching off. If you lose and say we shouldn't have lost, it's still a loss. If you get outplayed and get battered, or you play quite well and still lose, you've still lost the game. So that's the problem. It doesn't get a hands on trophies. David said, is anyone worried about Saka and Saliba's contracts? 100%, bro. 100%. Look at Madrid. They've just made an offer for Trent. They're making moves. If they get Trent on a free in the summer, then that maybe gives them transfer fees to go and buy other players. So, MP, big up to you, bro. He said, see, we keep blaming the squad that is not good enough to win the league. Last season, we peed away the title at West Ham, so what happened? When we lead on points, we throw it away. When we chased other teams, it is in vain. I mean, it gets to a point, don't it? And Kev used to say it all the time on here. God bless him, used to say it's the players, Curtis. But eventually, you've got to look at the group and say, maybe they can't produce anything more than what they're producing. And that's why I used to argue sometimes and say, it's got to be other parts to it. It can't always be the players. If this team is not capable of winning the Premier League, but they can get close to it, we've then got to look at other people in the club and say, you need to help. You need to help this team and give them a little bit more help to get them over the finish line. Then they might have a chance of winning it. I think this team as a whole is desperate to see new players come in. I think they're desperate to see a top quality, attacker come in, or somebody that lifts the mood of everyone. Sometimes when you're a player, you need to see better players come in, So, big up Max in the chat. Hope you're well, bro. Hope everything's good, man. And Jerome said, Happy New Year, Big C in the community. It's malpractice, the money spent in every window. We need players at the same positions. This needs to be investigated. It's crazy. It is crazy. Arsenal have to figure out a way that when a player leaves the football club, they replace them in one go and get it right. This is the problem with Arsenal. What constantly, and this isn't just an Arteta problem, by the way. This has been an Arsenal problem for years. When Robin van Persie left Arsenal, we should have signed Luis Suarez from Liverpool and won the title. We would have won the league if we'd have signed him. He scored 30 plus goals the following season. But instead of paying 45, 50 million, we did old 40 million and a pound. And then we signed Podolski, then we signed Giroud, then we signed Lucas Perez, then we signed Danny Welbeck. Then we signed Lacazette, 5 strikers until we eventually got Aubameyang. So really, Aubameyang was Van Persie's replacement. We signed Aubameyang in 2018. So it took us over half a decade, pretty much, to replace Van Persie. And now, Aubameyang left in 2022. We're now in 2025. We still haven't replaced Aubameyang. Still haven't replaced him. 3 years later. Signed Gabriel Jesus, didn't work. Signed Havertz, hasn't worked. And then you've got to go again. And this is why I say with Arsenal, sometimes when you say something like, oh, go and buy Isak for 100 million or go and buy this guy, in one sense it looks crazy and people go, it's too much money, but spending 100 million on the right player is better than buying 3 players that are wrong who cost you more than that. Jesus and Havertz is £110 million. If I said to you as Arsenal fans now, would you trade Havertz and Gabriel Jesus for Isak? I'm pretty sure you'd all say, yeah. Get rid of them both to get the right player. And again, it all comes down to recruitment, the ownership. It's all right spending money. If the right person isn't spending the money, you're wasting it on the wrong players. You've got to buy the right players. You don't really see anybody else spending that much money on a player that was out of form, Because Havertz wasn't in form when we signed him. But listen, it's interesting that they want a midfielder. Obviously, I think Jorginho will probably go in the summer. New striker, which would probably indicate maybe Jesus gets moved on, unless he finishes the season well. And of course, a winger. Conan said, new centre forward every window, rinse and repeat. Yeah, we've been doing it for years, bro. Daily Dusan was that January a couple years ago. Then it was Sesko all summer, you know? Just address it properly and then you don't have to do it again. This Jurriën Timber guy keeps saying, breaking news, Gabriel is injured. I can't see anything about Gabriel being injured. Hopefully it's not true. No, I can't see anything on here. So maybe he's on the wind-up. I hope you're wrong, of course. No, I can't see anything to say he is injured. So hopefully he's not. Gyökeres or bust for me, said Eduardo. I'd rather have a new manager in the window. Sesko is good on Football Manager. Hey, Football Manager, bro. It's a good game, but not always realistic. Sakin said, we need another battering ram forward with pace. That's why Gyökeres or Osimhen would be good. Another creator alongside Odegaard in the left eight. Oh, I would love to get Eze, honestly. Eze left eight. The way he can dribble and he's a different kind of player to Odegaard. I would love to see that. Listen, let's... well, I've got one more part of that story, actually. Let's just finish on this and then we'll get heading towards the game. 12 minutes until kickoff. Miles Lewis-Skelly is in line for a new long-term deal at Arsenal. It's understood that the club are looking to secure his future to ward off interest from elsewhere as they want to ensure the players feel rewarded for their performance and progression in the squad. Miles Lewis-Skelly, for me, has been, I would say, one of the best things of our season in general. 18 years of age. He had a very good pre-season. You could see a lot of maturity on the ball. Just to put it into perspective now, Lewis-Skelly, from what I read, I think he earns around £11,000 a week. So, I mean, you know, from within our team setup, he's on peanuts. He's on absolute peanuts. So, how much he's going to get, I don't know. But should be a player that we build around for the long term. And it's good to see young players coming through, you know. And I really, really hope Nwaneri has a stormer today. I hope he has an absolute stormer because I think you need to build around those kind of players. And yeah, you're right, bro. Don't give him 100 grand a week. It don't need to be the Nelson and Nketiah kind of deal. He's on 11 grand a week. He's 18 years of age. Drop 40 grand on him, man. He's nice on 40 grand a week. He's paying 40% tax on 11 grand. He's probably taking home, what, 7 grand a week? Give him 40 grand a week. He's still going to take home nearly 30 after tax. He's good with that. He's tripling up. So you don't need to drop 100 grand on. That's what Arsenal do too quick. Drop big money on youngsters. They don't have to give him 40 grand, man. He's good with that. 5-year deal with a 1-year option. Build around him. He could be our long-term left back. Apparently the under-21s are picking him already. What are you saying? 40 grand? 40k a week is too much. Make it 25 or 30. 40k is calm. He's only 18. Allow it. Give him 25. What are you saying? What do you reckon? How much would you give him? Let him earn it, says Karos. Yeah, I hear you. Give him the Rashford contract. Yeah, just give him 300 grand a week, yeah? 60k or he leaves. Well, the problem you've got to remember, though, people, as much as in reality it sounds great giving him 25 grand a week, remember what they're saying to ward off interest. There could be a club in the background going, yo, we'll give you 40 bags. Remember, Man United gave Chido Obi 30 grand a week at 16 when he hadn't even trained with the first team. So 25 grand sounds good, but his agent's probably going to say, yo, by the way, there's a club here offering him 20, 30, 40 grand a week. So you've got to match that. So that's the issue. But yeah, I hear you. Just don't go too crazy, you know. But great news for Lewis-Skelly. Has been one of the shining lights of this season. And I'm hoping that Nwaneri takes that same opportunity today. What's going on with Sterling, says Phil? He's still injured, bro. Maybe he was at the Vibes Cartel concert last night in Jamaica, because I don't know how that guy gets injured, because he's hardly kicked a ball for us. So I've got no idea. Apparently his injury's not as long-term as they thought it was. So hopefully he'll be back. I know a lot of the Arsenal fan base are not very excited about Sterling at Arsenal, but we need everyone. We've got 9 games this month. We've got to win games. We've got to rotate. And look at the bench. Apart from Trossard, we basically don't have an attacking option on the bench. MP said if we don't win this game, might as well pack up for the rest of the season. They better be under pressure, including Arteta and the owners. Let me just say something before we even get into this game. Arsenal are basically walking a tightrope at the moment. They've got absolutely no room to manoeuvre in terms of dropping points. Robo said Arsenal fans are so unsupportive. I tell you what, mate. If you support a team that win a title, invincible, gold, and don't win another one for 20 years, never win a Champions League, no League Cup for 30 years, and a handful of FA Cups, while being in the Europa League for, 5 years, multiple different managers, I'd say we have pretty much supported them, you know? I don't know how you view it, but that's how I would view it, my friend. So, you know, but each to their own, you know? Each to their own. Arsenal have no room for manoeuvre. You drop points today, lock it off. Lock it off. 9 points behind Liverpool, same games. Still so frustrating because the reality of the situation, people, is we've only lost 1 game more than Liverpool, and we're sitting here saying Liverpool are on fire. The problem is that we've drawn 6 games. Oh, you're so negative. Listen, constructive criticism is part of football. I'm telling you now, people, daily. Any level you've seen, constructive criticism every day. You come back from training, manager will say, good session, but you, that's got to be better, that's got to be better, that's got to be better. All we're doing is holding the club accountable. They told us they moved here to compete with Bayern Munich. They said that, not us. They never needed to say that. We're still not competing with Bayern Munich. They told us we needed Champions League football to sign world-class players. I don't think we've signed one world-class player. We might have world-class players who've become that, but I don't think we've signed anybody that's world-class the day they walked through the door since they took 100% ownership. Sanchez, Aubameyang, all those guys came before that. We haven't signed one. So I'm holding the club accountable to what they've said. If they tell me we're competing with Bayern Munich, we're leaving Highbury, compete with Bayern Munich. If you tell me Champions League gets us world-class players, buy world-class players. MTech says Declan Rice. Let's be real, bro. Declan Rice was not world-class at West Ham. Right? He was not world-class. He was a brilliant DM in the Prem. He probably still isn't world-class now. To me, a world-class 6 is top quality on the ball. Rice is decent on the ball. I don't think he's world class. Partey, maybe. You could argue Partey, when we signed him, was one of the best 6ers in Europe. Maybe you could have that argument. But nobody else. Ozil, I'm talking from when the Kroenkes took 100% ownership. That was way after that. Ozil was world class at the time. He was a world class 10, no doubt. I think we wasted him, to be honest, and then we kept him too long. I would have sold him sooner. But yeah, bigger numbers than AFTV. Hey, big up Robbie and the gang. But big up the C Unit community. You know we don't mess about, people. 5,000 in the chat. We ain't playing games. Happy New Year, people. Keep the change, you filthy animals. Let's get into it. People saying Fab's tweeted. What's he said? Is he trying to hype us pre-kickoff? What's he saying? Fabrizio Romano. What's he said? Arteta, we've broken so many records. The reality is this team doesn't have the big titles we're looking for. It's funny that, because if I said that, what would they say online? Oh, he's brought us back together. But then when he says that, we've broken so many records. The reality is this team doesn't have the big titles we're looking for. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's all I was saying. They're finally listening to me. Coman music. He knows it. I'm telling you. They're tuned in. We've been saying this. They make out like I'm the bad guy for saying this. Yeah, he's done well, but he's got to win trophies. Otherwise, he's got to go. No, he's brought us back together. The day out at the stadium. Forget all that. Win trophies. He knows it. The only thing is, he's not under that much pressure from the ownership. Yeah, do you know what? Big up to Jurian Timber, who was talking about Gabriel. Gabriel received treatment on his hamstring from the physio during the warm-up. Let me tell you something right now. I mean, Gabriel is starting. Please, we cannot see an injury to Gabriel Magalhaes during this game. Gabriel got treatment on his hamstring during the warm-up. He then continued the warm-up as normal. I mean, boy, that concerns me, people. We've already suffered a hamstring injury to one of our best players. You better not do one to, because we know what the cover is. Kivior at centre-back. No one wants to see that. One of my friends actually at the game. Brentford's always quite an interesting atmosphere. It's just, I don't know what to make of it. It's a decent little ground, but it'll be interesting to see how Mbuemo gets on today. He's definitely going to have a point to prove against us. Right, we're about to get underway, people. What are we saying? Gabriel got treatment during the warm-up on his hamstring. Pear said, happy to watch a game without Shai Havertz. Listen, I'll never wish injury on any Arsenal player, but I'm kind of just want to see us play a bit more dynamic. I sometimes think he slows us down a little bit. Nathan said, I've got more chance of winning the lottery and Arsenal buying a striker. Buy your tickets, man. Get them tickets bought. Olban said, but Arteta brought us together. Soft. Yeah, acting like we're on a day trip. And Jake Snack's new member, he had to renew. Big up to you, Jake. Big up to everyone locked in, man. Let's get the likes up. Let's get 3,000 likes. Are we on 1,000 likes pre-kickoff? There's 5,000 people in the chat. If we're not on 1,000 likes, it's an absolute disgrace. Oh, we're at 1.1k likes. You lot aren't messing around. You know what? I'm going to give out 5 memberships to the community. Bang. Here we go. Job done. Bang. I'm man of my word, people. I look after the community, you know what I mean? 5 memberships, bosh. Don't forget, by the way, today's show is sponsored by Proton VPN. QR code in the bottom corner there. And use the code CurtisShawTV to get 3 months free on the 1-year package. Keep yourself safe online. If you're traveling, you want to watch your shows from back home, use Proton VPN, one of the best and fastest VPNs around. Shout out to them for supporting the channel. And I better say it now before anything goes wrong. Listen, we need a win today. It's a new year, new start. From last January, we started getting into the zone that we needed. It's unthinkable to drop points today. It's unthinkable. We have to win this game of football. I'm excited to see Nwaneri playing right wing. I hope he has a great game to secure his place in the team, because this is the only way he seems to be able to get in, by playing out wide. Big up Dre, who says win or bust. Big up Ash. Thank you for the New Year message, bro. Brian Mbuemo's going to have a point to prove. Him against Calafiori will be an interesting attack. Arsenal playing in their Monsters Inc. Kit, which I don't like, but as long as we win. I'm going to go for 2-1 Arsenal. I'm going for 2-1 Arsenal, which means I'm not totally sure, but I think we'll just about win. And one thing's for certain, we don't have a lot on the bench. We're underway, people. The first game for Arsenal of 2025. We have to win, and we need to win. I'm going for 2-1 to the Gunners. Get your comments in 1-1, 1-0, 4-2. I wouldn't mind a goal fest, you know. Dan Harris, thanks for the free membership, Big C. Always being a follower from the beginning. Big up yourself, man. Billy says 1-0 to the Arsenal. GJB's going 2-0 Arsenal. Clone says 3-1. Salman says 3-1. Lorato says 3-1. A lot of you saying 3-1. 6-0 says Chris. I'll be shocked if we even have 6 shots on target. Rudy said Happy New Year, C. Let's put loads of pressure on the Cronkays. I agree with that. Renat says 3-0. Kugler Pete says 2-1. Tech says 2-1. Let's start the year undefeated, man. We have to. Get the likes up, people. Great numbers in the chat. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Road to 100k is underway. We want to get there before the end of the season. Dre going for 3-2. Arsenal in possession. The one thing that I'm glad about is that Waneria's got Timber on that side. I feel like he can protect him a little bit. Big up Mohamed. He's going for 1-0. I hope we get more than 1-0. I want a few goals. Partey, good ball into Gabriel Jesus. Corner of the penalty area. Gets a cross in, all the way across. It's cleared. They scrambled that away a little bit there, Brentford. Brentford won't be easy, though. They won't be easy. They got a very good home record. They're decent goal scorers at home. They do concede, though. Jesus plays a couple 1-2s and loses it. One thing I noticed straight away, Brentford, the middle of the pitch is packed. It's like, here's Waneri up against 3. Timbers crosses block. Good start by Arsenal. The space is definitely out wide. Oh, Gabriel Jesus is down injured already. I think he might have just got winded. Yeah, I think he got winded. Little kick in the stomach there. What happened? He passed the ball. Maybe got an elbow in the stomach. Should be all right. You run that off after 30 seconds, man. Anyone got... Zess said he's looking for streams. Fortnite. Get this man to 1 million subs. We'll get there in good time, my friend. We'll get there. Arsenal in possession. Great turn by Timber. Is that not a foul? Referee said it was a dive. I thought that was a free kick. The ref says goal kick. Come on, Arsenal. Start the new year well. You got to remember, people, these games are very important. And I'll tell you why. It's New Year's Day. If you look on SofaScore or any other app, there is not a lot of football around the world today in terms of the top divisions. The eyes of the world will be on this. All the Liga and all the Italian league, they're all off at the moment. Although Brentford are on the attack. Ball whipped in. David Raya collects it. And Buemo was in a lot of space at the back post there. We got away with that. David Raya does really well. Martinelli's been clattered. He's been caught on his back of his Achilles there. What I'm saying is a lot of potential new signings will be at home having a winter break looking at Arsenal and they'll be going, do I want to play for this team? How do they play? You would, wouldn't you? If you was a player and your agent says, look, Arsenal are interested in you and you're offside, you'll be watching this, and you're off work, sorry, at the moment. You'll be watching this going, well, do I want to play for them? How do they play? Are they winning games? People saying Arteta looks annoyed. Probably feeling the pressure, bro. Probably feeling the pressure. Let's just win games of football. Get back to, you know, winning and get a run together. Oof, Raya took his time there. Former Brentford player, of course. Harvey said, Happy New Year. Blessings to you and the family for 2025. Big up, bro. That guy D. 1.5k likes, yet 4k in the chat. Keep smashing them up and subscribe if you haven't already. Let's do this. Still celebrating 3 Kings in Spain. It's on the TV here, which is rare. Big up, Salman. Long ball looking for Martinelli. Here's Mikel Merino. Martinelli's down on the floor again. Give it to Jesus. Jesus, corner of the area. What you got? We need something. He's gone past him. I feel like he could have got a penalty there if he was a bit more smart. He wastes it. And Buemo gives it away. Here's Thomas Partey, 35 yards out. You don't really want him to shoot. Probably end up in the River Thames. Martin Odegaard is Nwaneri. Nwaneri cuts inside on his left foot. They're 2v1 on that side already, so they're also not giving him a lot of space. Odegaard flicks it into Nwaneri, corner of the area. There's no space in the central areas. You've got to play out wide. Keep getting on the ball, Leaf. Make something happen. Don't force it. Ball out wide to Martinelli. Come on, do something. Oh, that's a corner. I thought that hit the guy's foot. Martinelli honestly looks like... Look at that. It's just so basic. He basically shows you where he wants the ball to go. You need to actually... If you want to go on your left foot, drag him right and then go on your left foot. Like, be a little bit unpredictable. It's so basic. It's actually so basic. When I've got no confidence when I watch Martinelli play. None whatsoever. Someone said, have you seen the arguments between Bavs and Lee? Lee has not turned up for his stream today. What, have they been arguing? I know them two are always... They always seem to be arguing online, man. He's not turned up, apparently. Arsenal Future, smash the likes and subscribe. Curtis is probably the best independent Arsenal YouTuber in the world, supporting through thick and thin, folk. I love that message. The fact you said probably, that hurt me a little bit. It's got to be definite. Otherwise, why bother? No, I'm joking. I appreciate the kind comment. Big up yourself. Brentford doesn't even sit deep. Should I be worried or happy? Ball over the top. Martinelli knocks it down. Nwaneri, half a chance there. Tried to volley. It didn't connect with it properly. It's a very intriguing game today. Very intriguing. Ball over the top by Partey. Looking for Jesus. Good header down. I can't work out how Brentford are playing. I don't think it's a low block. I think it's more transition. They do sit quite deep, but I think they're a counter-attack inside Brentford. So you know some teams they sit back and you think they're not going to get forward, but I think they will hit you in transition. They won't just sit in. They will go forward if they have to. Big up, Pat. Big C. This is the year you get the channel to new heights. Yeah, man. We're reaching this shit. We're reaching. Here's Martin Odegaard. I'm sure we'll help Ethan on that right-hand side. We look the better team. Gabriel, 35 yards out. Calafiori. My one concern today is that if this starting 11 doesn't find a way, we don't have a great deal on the bench. Here's Martinelli again. You're 1v1 again. Just keep the ball. If you can't get past him, keep the ball. I have to admit, I have a lot more confidence when Partey's on the ball. Nwaneri goes past the fullback, crosses it in, wins a corner. Now, I'm not doing this to throw shade on Martinelli, right? And look, Nwaneri's cross gets blocked there and he gets a corner. Look at the difference in conviction when Nwaneri got that ball compared to when Martinelli gets the ball. That's the problem for me. You know, if Nwaneri runs at that fullback 10 times and he blocks it every time and it goes out for a corner, I wouldn't have a problem. You're still causing him problems. You're still running him. You're still winning corners. Nwaneri gets the ball there, drops a step over on him, runs down the line, whips across and he blocks it for a corner. No problem. That's what you want your winger to do. And Nwaneri's even taking the corner. Look at the confidence. Nwaneri whips the corner in. It's high to the back post. Partey heads it across. No one's there. And Buemo clears it. I have to say, Brentford are sitting back so deep. We need to punish them like this. Martinelli looking backwards every time. Any team that plays a low block, he seems to really struggle. Here's Nwaneri again. Lays it off to Martin Odegaard. 30 yards out. He shoots. Oh my day. His shooting's gone to pot. His shooting has gone to pot. You would not believe. Look, shoot some snot out of his nose just for banter. I don't know what's happened with Martin Odegaard's left foot. This is a guy that 2 seasons ago Scored 15 goals. And now, look at the state of that shot. That's like a Thomas Partey shot. Brio said, would you take Ahmad? Apparently he's got 6 months left on his deal, hasn't he? United will keep him. They'll throw the money at him. MP Brentford doesn't even sit deep. Should I be worried? Well, the thing is, they've started the game very deep. But they do look like they're trying to spring on you on the break. Great touch, Waneri. Wins a throw-in. Danny Olmo to Arsenal. If you've read that story now, Barcelona saying that... Danny Olmo's agent, saying that if they can't register him, he won't leave on a permanent deal. Barcelona saying they might have to loan him out until the end of the season. That would be a great move. Danny Olmo on loan. For 6 months. Creative player. He can shoot. Gives a different option to Odegaard. Maybe you could play 2 in there. This is why I don't give Arsenal any excuse in this window. This player's there. I think they might be able to register him, though. I know the court case is saying no at the moment. Here is Mikel Merino. Jesus on the overlap. Jesus, left-hand side. He's 1v1 here. Oh, I'd have liked to seen him get at him. Gabriel Magalhaes. I really want to see how Merino plays today. Here is Merino. Dinks it in, back post, headed away. Olmo can play left wing. He's quality, man. I think Arsenal should have gone for him in the summer, but 50 mil. Great ball, Odegaard. Finds Timber. Timber hooks it high in the air. Calafiori jumps up, heads it back in. Scrappy game. It's all in the Brentford half, and Bramo, what a flick that is to Wissa. Good tackle, Thomas Partey. Brilliant recovery challenge there. Odegaard gives it away. Come on, bro. And then you've just got done so easily. Look at Odegaard when he has to recover. Here's Mbremo. Right-hand side. 1v1 against Calafiori. He needs some help. He scored! It's just unbelievable. New year. Same old Arsenal. Brian Mbremo. You know what? I'm not going to allow myself to get angry. Cheers, everyone. Happy New Year. Are you surprised? First attack, they score. Near post. And Mbremo. Bold head flex. Bangs it in the bottom corner. Cheers, everyone. Cheers. Well done, David Raya, mate. Cover your near post. Odegaard gives the ball away. Look at Odegaard. Gives it away. Check the recovery. Oh, do me a favour. Do me a favour. You're meant to be the captain. Calafiori. Block the shot. Probably nutmegs him. Yeah, nutmegs him. David Raya at the near post. Stinky, stinky business from Arsenal. Awful from Martin Odegaard. Why do people not call him out? Gives the ball away and puts in some shabby defensive challenge. 1-0 down. It's just a joke. It really is. That is not captain material. One 0 and Bramo. I just honestly, Arsenal. I haven't even got the energy to get annoyed. I haven't even got the energy to get annoyed and start shouting. Good idea to put Calafiori at left back, won it, for his 1v1 defending. Lets him cut inside, then gets nutmeg with the shot. I don't know what to say to you, mate. I really don't. Yeah, I think you're right, Scan. I think Rayo is trying to be clever. He thinks Mbuemo's going to bend it in the far corner and he goes near post. Should Raya do better? Can Calafiori do better? I think Calafiori's one is a bit harsh in him. As a defender, you stick your leg out to block it and it goes through your legs. It happens. I'm more looking at Raya. Look, they're on us again here. Let me change this scoreline. I'm telling you now. I'm bored of this team. Honestly, I'm bored of them. Same old, same old. They better. I said we'd win 2-1, so I suppose that's the one. First shot. First shot. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I just want everybody, when you watch the replay of that goal, go and watch what Odegaard does. To me, I think that's totally unacceptable what he's doing there. You can give a ball away on a football pitch. It happens. But that pathetic half-hearted challenge that he put in, and you're meant to be our captain. You clearly just didn't want to get hurt. Jesus, great run. Should have hit it. Why are you not hitting that? Giving the ball away is poor, but it's not the end of the world. That pathetic challenge that you pretended to put in and then jogged back, that for me is unacceptable. Unacceptable. Calafiori doesn't cover himself in glory, but sticking your leg out to block the shot, it goes through your legs, it can happen. Martinelli, you're 1v1. You're 1v1. Do something. What is that? He's absolutely all over the place. Timber, look at, yes, Timber. At least Timber, no, this guy's going to book him. He's booked him, look, already. It was a heavy challenge. I'm sorry, Odegaard is not a captain. Is he a good player? Yes. But he should not be a captain. You're meant to be the leader. You've got an 18... Look, Timber's suspended now for Brighton away. Who's going to play right back? We ain't got one. Because Tomiyasu's out. And Ben White's out. And they've got Mitoma left wing. Partey at right back against Mitoma. Happy New Year, people. Cheers. We're going to need red stripe. Crates of it. Oh, my days. Timber suspended. Mitoma against Partey. Oh, God. Oh, it's the 1st of January. Oh, dear. I have not taken the tag off that tracksuit top, by the way. It's not this one, it's the other one. Ah, dear, I might have to get the receipt out. Timber suspended versus Brighton. Partey at right back versus Mitoma. Oh my days. Ah. Dear oh dear. Anyway, keep the faith. Because you gotta have faith. Dun, 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 dun. Just keep going, people. Oh, but don't worry. The match day experience at the Emirates. It's amazing. We're like a family, guys. That's what they say. Damn. They better win this game. Ah, dear. Martina Snottergaard is the worst cam in the Emirates era, says Doctor. Snot flicks, hair flicks, but don't want to put a challenge in. And the skipper. And Mbuemo flicks it round Gabriel. Brings him down. Champions of England, you really sing that? MJ, not now, mate. Arteta can't... My username exists for a reason. Arteta can't win trophies. Brian, they can take the 3 points, but never the aura. They can't take the aura. They can never take the aura. MP said same old-ish. Mohammed said our attacking transition sucks. We always slow it down and let their defence get back in place. One 0 down. Let's see what Marino does in this game. Odegaard's getting snot out of his nose again. Did you just see that? Rewind if you didn't see it. Watch it. There you go. Straight out the nose. He just never stops. Martin Snottergaard. It's unbelievable. Brentford free kick, ball flicked on, goes out for a goal kick. Let me just gather myself. 20 minutes gone, people. Brentford, one shot on target and they score from it. That goal is just shambolic for so many reasons. I think Rail has tried to gamble that he's going to go far post and got done at the near post because that goal should not go in. Arsenal have possession. We've got to score next, I tell you that. Arteta and co look out of ideas. I said straight out, no, bro, he does it all the time. I wouldn't mind if he was playing well. We're still handing out Christmas presents. Yeah, like, you know when you go and see the family after Christmas? And you're like, oh, I've got to give you the presents that I owe you. That's Arsenal. They're like, hi, Brentford, we didn't see you on Christmas Day, so there's the presents. And Buemo shot at the near post. He probably just earned himself a move to Arsenal. I'm still trying to find out, by the way, what Marino does. I'm just trying to figure it out. Didn't he say when he signed for us he wears number 23 because of Michael Jordan? I'm still trying to figure out what he does. Is he good at tackling? He looks like one of the slowest midfielders I've ever seen. I would genuinely rather have Jorginho on the pitch. Saliba does well there, finds Partey. But anyway, guys, the matchday experience is better than ever. Go and get your hot dogs for £19. But hey, Marino, Havertz, Calafiori, NBA players. I don't even think they're NBA players, bro. They're way too aggressive for him. Here come Brentford. Saliba wins it back. Look at that touch from Marino. It bounced off his shin pad. Don't be fooled into thinking he passed that to Martinelli. It bounced off his shin pad. The man's first touch, he's playing in Timberland boots. Partey ball over the top. Nah, we're stinking out the place. I thought we started the game all right, but this is madness. This is absolute madness. Honestly, Calafiori and Marino, that window and Raheem Sterling is, oh my, it's getting worse by the minute. We shouldn't have bought any of them. We shouldn't have bought any of them free players. Let's be totally honest. Marino looked good on YouTube, but they must have scouted him off YouTube. Remember when they signed Runarsson? Like, they must be signing these guys off YouTube. Brentford in possession. First 10 minutes, I thought we're playing all right. The next 10 minutes, we're playing awful. We're playing absolutely awful. Our style of football is crazy. Look how comfortable Brentford are on the ball. Look, they're playing out from the back. They're making us look stupid. Where's the press? You can't go and press like that and leave big spaces in midfield. Oh, my days. Here come Brentford on the attack. Ball whipped in. Oh, jeez. Cleared it away. We are scrambling. We're scrambling. Jesus, can you hold it? Bullied. They don't want it. They don't want it. Weak, soft team. Good job he overhits that goal kick. I told you, these men are some poodles. We need XL bullies in our team. We got a bunch of poodles. Honestly, chihuahuas. Soft little team, this lot. Oh, ref, he kicked me. Give me a free kick. I'm hurt. Get up off the floor, man. This team's soft, people. I'm sorry. Talent, yeah. But strength, aggression. A couple of them, maybe. Gabriel, one or two others. But the rest of them, little soft babies, these lot, honestly. Bunch of little poodles. No wonder Win the Dog's a Labrador. That sums up the football club and the players. Bunch of Labradors, they roll over on their back and they want their bellies tickled. Here's Gabriel. Honestly, man. Little puppies, these lot. Here's Calafiori. Look at the state of that pass. Honestly, you might as well have Central C at left back because he kind of looks like him. You might as well put Central. He's from the inner city of London. He'll probably be more aggressive. Look at Wan here. He's got 3 players on him. Any chance? Look at that. He's been one of our best players. He's only 17. Odegaard's been clattered. Yellow card for them. You know what? I've got respect for the way Brentford are playing. They're on smoke. Norgard gets booked. He clattered Odegaard there. Is Odegaard off the floor? No, he's up. Ah, dear me. Come on, we need an equalizer. Rescue homes and blankets, bro. Camera on settings. Curtis! Big up. Big up Takan and Ava, man. Happy New Year. Big up to you locked in, man. Already exhausted. Bro, 1st of January, they're already stressing us out. Timber's arguing with Partey there. Free kick to Arsenal. Odegaard's going to whip this in. Do you know what I mean, penalty spot? Come on, man. Like, Brentford are a physical team. You've got to match them physically and then your quality shines through. You can't shy away from the battle. It don't work like that. Odegaard free kick. Whips it in. There was a chance. Partey! Partey! He's missed the ball. What he's got? Here's a chance. Waneri blocked. How has Thomas Partey not scored? He was offside. The flag's gone up. He's kind of lucky he's offside. I don't know how he missed. Was he off? Was he off? Yeah, maybe just. How does he miss the ball here? He's missed the ball completely. I think he might have been offside anyway, but jeez. What kind of technique is that? You're swinging a volley and missing the ball completely. Ah, dear. It's going to be a long 6 months or 5 months of the season. We got 9 games this month. If you can't win game number 1 out of 9... Oh, here come Brentford again. They want it more. Where you going? What is that, David Raya? The ball's gone straight through his hands. It's cleared. What the hell is that? Is he drunk? He's been out with Trossard. The shot was straight at David Raya. He let it through his hands. Look at Waneri. 17. He's our best player. He was at school 2 years ago doing GCSEs. Odegaard, do something apart from shoot snot out of your nose, bro. Here's Partey. What was David Raya doing there? He thinks he plays for Brentford. They must have been a party at Trossard's house last night. They're playing like they're drunk. Oh, what a ball that is! Martinelli, you are useless! Waneri, edge of the penalty area, loses it. Go on, Martinelli. Get stuck in, man! Get up! Shot, saved! Scored by Gabriel Jesus on the rebound! Gabriel Jesus makes it 1-1! Come on! Finally, somebody shoots from the edge of the box. Goalkeeper saves it. And Gabriel Jesus equalizes. Vamos! Come on, man. Fix up. You shoot, you score. Shot by Partey, I think. Well done, Gabby Jesus. Was he onside? Look at this from Martinelli. At least Partey had the shot. Great strike. Yep, he's onside. Good goal. Poacher's finish. Gabriel Jesus. And the good form continues. Poacher's finish. 1-1. Well done, Gabby Jesus. Needed that. Young strikers. Look at this. Follow up. React. Palms it out. Defender doesn't react. Great finish. Good finish. Looks easy, but smart thinking. It was a strange goal. I was about to have a meltdown about Martinelli backing out of that challenge. 1-1. Why is he celebrating? Bro, he's just equalised. He has to celebrate. He has to celebrate. Why are they doing VAR checks, bro? He's onside. You could see that one time. 1-1, people. Cheekbones is back. Lacquer with cheekbones. That's 3 Premier League goals in his last... Is that 2 or 3 games? Last 3 games. 3 goals in 3 Premier League games. Jesus to the rescue. He's reborn, people. Come on, Gabby. I said we'd win 2-1. But I'm hoping it's a bit more comfortable than that. Without playing great, we're 1-1, and I'll take it. We'll have to go in 1-0 down. There are a couple players I've got serious question marks about today, though. One of them is Gabriel Martinelli, who's just having an absolute shocker. The other one is Mikel Merino. I don't even know what he's doing on the pitch. I couldn't even tell you what he's doing. Raya is playing like he's playing for Brentford. And Odegaard, the captain, the leader, has spent more time rolling around on the floor. Nwaneri's been very good. Very good. At least he's got confidence and cohesion on the ball. Spamming 0 on PS5. Honestly, it was just like shoot. There's very little quality. Here's Merino. I can't figure him out as a player. I don't really know what he's good at or what he does. Maybe time will tell. Saliba whips it in. Here is Merino with a knockdown. It's cleared. Maybe that's what he's in there for. His aerial presence. Brilliant from Partey. That's a foul, ref. He grabbed him. Brentford. He's trying to shoot from his own half there against Rail. Ball goes out for a goal kick. It's a strange game of football, this. I'll be honest. HR said, owners don't want to win trophies. Only top 4. Texas Cannons, just how slow is Merino? Calafiori is the new Zinchenko. And that's not a good thing. You don't want to be the new Zinchenko, that's for sure. Says Texas Cannons. Paul said, same stuff, different day, eh? Well, hopefully the equalizer makes it a bit better. We still haven't been great. Partey's playing well. MP said, I'm trying to have faith, but no shots on target. That was obviously just before the goal. Here's Nwaneri. He's been one of our best players by far. Timber's been solid as well. It's just a shame he's booked. Suspended as well for the next game. Here's Odegaard. Timber makes a move. Great. Good idea. He overhits the pass. I don't mind you trying to do the right thing and getting it wrong. Like that pass there, I'm not annoyed with. Oh my days. What was Raya doing there? And it's not over the line, but straight at him. He doesn't often make mistakes like that either. Look, it's not even a great shot. Just catch it. What are you doing? If that went in, honestly, I think I would have been shouting the house down. It's a great camera angle. You're just trying to do it for the highlights, I think. Alfred, big up, bro. We have 2 left-backs who can defend, and we still play a centre-back there. I'm actually glad Timber is out versus Brighton. We will need him more for Liverpool. The only problem is, you look at this game today, Partey's been our best midfielder. So we're going to take him out against Brighton, put him at right-back, and Mitoma is a problem 1v1. Ricky said, Big C, to answer your question, what Merino does, he scores a header every 6 months. Embarrassing from Arteta. Cowards want mediocrity so he can be in charge. Strong words from Rick. Raekwon, the chef. Curtis, what's good? Shout out to the community. Seems like Arteta turns all his strikers into Lucas Perez. And we don't want that. We got Tottenham on the 15th. Big game, man. And ZT Gunnar said, we are the social experiment of the Premier League. No other way of saying it. Yeah, the Truman Show, man, definitely. Come on, Odegaard, do something, please. That's better. That's better. Be stronger. Martinelli, keep the ball. Merino, go forward. Jeez, this guy, Merino. He's frustrating to watch. Timber finds Nwaneri. Look at the confidence. Every time he gets the ball, I just keep it. Don't worry. Odegaard. Twisting, turning. Timber on the overlap. Overhits the pass slightly. Ball whipped in back post. Merino heads it in. What is that, Martinelli? Partey with the shot. It's blocked. Oh, Martinelli, you bottled the challenge. And Calafiori, man. These men don't want the fight. Well done, Gabby. Merino, please, can you play football quicker? Here's Calafiori. Whips it in. He's offside anyway. That left-hand side absolutely stinks at the moment. And I mean stinks. Honestly. That left-hand side smells bad. You've got Calafiori, the BTEC Central C. You've got Marino, 27 pace. And you've got Martinelli just running around like a hyena. Like he's got no plan of what to do. And you've got a 17-year-old on the other side who looks 10 times better than him. This left-hand side, you wouldn't be able to get away with this against better teams. We're not even getting away with it here because we're 1-1. Corner to Brentford as well. The equalizer dresses it up slightly, but we're not playing well. Bring in Zinni for Odegaard, bro. He's not going to take him off for him, is he? Although saying that, there aren't many other options, actually. Maybe Trossard, but yeah, Zinni in the 8, we've never really seen it, and he plays there for his country. Corner to Brentford. 5.5k in the chat, man. Get the likes up, people. Make sure you subscribe as well. Arsenal doing their best to stress us out on day 1 of the year. Corner, and Bremo whips it in. It's a terrible corner. It's headed away. Scoot back in. Raya. It goes out for a goal kick. Terrible cross by Mbeumo. Timber suspended because of 5 yellow cards. This is the 19th game. If he would have got through today's game, it would have reset. But because it's during this game, it still counts. So Timber suspended for Brighton away, which is a real shame because they got Matoma, who plays there. We've got no other fit right back. So you would imagine Partey drops to right back. Partey against Matoma. You don't really want to see that. I have to say, Thomas Partey today probably been our best player, to be honest. Nwaneri's been good as well, but I'd say Partey definitely been our best player today. Here's Jesus, left-hand side. Grabbed himself another goal. Whips it in. It's not a great cross. Marino. Calafiori. Whips it in. Goalkeeper punches it away. Here's Timber. Jesus. Arsenal keeping possession well, but we just need to ask more questions of the goalkeeper. Calafiori. Corner of the area. Oh, good idea from Timber. Looking for Martinelli. It's blocked. We're dominating the ball. I don't think we've had enough shots. The goalkeeper hasn't had enough saves to make. And you look at that one Partey had. He palmed it straight out. Partey finds Odegaard. Nwaneri on the overlap. Odegaard cuts inside. Whips it into the back post. Martinelli battling with the defender. Goes out for a goal kick. Martinelli's having a stinker today, honestly. I don't think he's done. Look, there you go, Odegaard again. Snot out the nose every time. Someone get him a tissue, man. Jesus. Cauliflower and San Marino. Oh, bro. Trossard on the bench. Declan Rice. We don't have a lot to bring on, really. And we do play on Saturday as well, so it's a very quick turnaround. If Rice is nursing this broken toe, I would try not to even bring him on. Tierney and Lewis Skelly warming up. We got nothing but left backs, people. Pure left backs on the bench. Cello said, Odegaard is not a captain. I like them jokes. I'm here for them jokes. Martin Smelly. Yeah, that would sum up Martinelli's performance. Goal kick. It's very difficult to describe how this game's going because we started all right. Then we conceded a terrible goal. Then we had a poor spell. We've nicked an equalizer, but we still don't really look that great. Great header by Timber there. Timber's so good. Here's Nwaneri driving, running to the area. Timber on the overlap. Whips it in. Martinelli tries to flick it on. Marino flicks it on. It's cleared. He's so scrappy. Calafiori, heavy first touch, and Mbeumo takes it off him. And now Calafiori's on the floor. Get up, man! And Marino fouls him. Dear, oh dear. Honestly, not convinced by Calafiori and Marino, man. When you think they cost £75 million between them, you've got to ask serious questions of them signings. But like I say, you can look around, McAllister costs 35 million. Gravenberch costs 35 million. You really got to question the recruitment at times. you can actually buy very good players for 35 million if you're smart with your recruitment. And you're right, Sean. Yeah, he's a centre-back playing left-back. We know what was going to happen. He was going to follow the Pep Guardiola method. Vardiol and Ake are centre-backs playing left-back, so we ended up doing it. Marino's better than Gravenberch, said Ivan. Absolutely no chance is he better than Gravenberch. Never in a million years, mate. Have you seen him this season in the 6 role? Here come Brentford 2v1 on this right-hand side, headed away by Saliba. Who turns quicker, Marino or Xhaka? I think a double-decker bus turns quicker than Marino, mate. And Buemo plays it down the line. That's too easy. Corner to Brentford. That's poor, man. Very, very poor. So easy. Marino is the midfield per Mertesacker. Corner to Brentford and Buemo to take it. 5 minutes till half-time. Gravenberch was terrible debut season. He wasn't playing every week, though, was he? Let's be honest. Klopp wasn't starting him. He started on a regular basis this season. He's been very good. Marino runs like he's played a full 90 minutes. He looks knackered. Ball whipped in by Buemo. Flicked away at the near post. Martinelli should clear it. Jesus chases backs. Forced all the way back to their goalkeeper. Hasn't been a great game, to be honest. Left back FC, says Mohammed. Yeah, we got left backs, bro, in abundance. Wanted Gravenberch when he was at Bayern, said South London. He's a player, man. Just needed the right system, bit of patience. Arteta signings on. Oh, let's see. Brentford in possession. 4 minutes to go till half time. 1-1. Game's still finely balanced. I don't feel very hyped about what I'm saying. If I'm looking at the positives, I think Partey's been our best player. I think Nwaneri's been very good. Gabriel Jesus scoring. 3rd goal in 3 Premier League games. I think Timber's been solid. Disappointing that he got booked. And the 2 centre-backs have been pretty good, but disappointed with Martinelli and Odegaard and Marino, Calafiori and Raya, to be honest. Marino is worse than Jorginho. I'm not convinced by him one bit. I'm really not. Here's Timber on the ball for Arsenal. I genuinely think the way Timber plays, he could play centre mid for Arsenal with his energy. Here's Gabriel Jesus. I have to say, I was just about to big him up. He's got slapped in the face as well. I was just going to say, Jesus looks so much more confident on the ball. He then gets slapped in the face. He's on the floor. Oh, yeah, he looks like he's took a whack. Damsgaard. Give him a whack. It looks like he's bleeding out of his mouth there, Jesus. Marino out, Rice in, said MP. Oh, he did catch him. Did catch him. It was a bit of the forearm. Painful one in the mouth. He has cut his lip. It's one of them where... Yo, Damsgaard and the ref. You seen the hairlines? That's got... No, look at that. That's got to be his nephew. In fact, his hairline's worse than the ref's. Oh, my days. That's crazy. Will they do a bit? To be honest, you're not going to send him off. I don't think there's intention in it. Come on, Jesus, man. Unless his tooth's mashed up, you got to get on with that, man. A bus slip, you play with that. Very unconvincing performance. Damsgaard's only 24. Jeez. He might as well lock that off. Just take that off. Or he's got to go Turkey and sort that out. Jesus is all right, man. Bus slip, man. You come from them favelas, man. I'm sure he took plenty of whacks in the face. Get some ice on that, man. Yeah, Jesus does that a lot. I mean, not saying he did there, but start, bench, drop, Arshavin, Walcott, Rosicky. I mean, on paper, Walcott had the best Arsenal career out of them 3, but I couldn't. For me, he was one of the most frustrating players to watch. So I'm not playing him. I'll play Mozart, Rosicky. Technician, great shot. bit injury prone. When we first signed Arshavin, I really, really liked him. I thought he was going to be a top player for us. But he faded. Prime Arshavin, I might have gone for him. Because I love the speed. He would be good on this team left wing, actually. Way better than Martinelli. He was way better. 4 minutes added on. Yeah, if we're going at their prime, I might actually take Arshavin. I might actually take him. Brentford in possession. It's a strange game. We haven't been good enough. Nutmeg there by Odegaard. That's what I'm talking. No, you're going backwards for. Why does Marino not look forward there? He's just nutmegged him. We're on the attack. Oh dear. You watch this attack breakdown. Look. We're in the centre circle going forward. We end up back at the centre backs. Here is Waneri. He's had a solid half, just hasn't had the ball enough. Oh dear. Calafiori. Here's Martinelli. Listen, we were all fans of Martinelli, which makes it a real shame because I thought he had major talent, but we can't cover this up as a fan base. We can't. We just can't do it. The problem at the moment, we don't have the options. We don't have the options to just get him out of the team because Trossard comes in and he's inconsistent, but he can't be allowed to play like this and just accept it. He really can't. Pep would never accept this. Here's Odegaard. Half-decent chance. Refuses the shot. Calafiori. Where's his option out here? Martinelli should be wide. Waneri. Fires Jesus. Timber on the overlap. Decent ball. Lay it off. Lay it off, man. Partey. It's so narrow. Ball whipped in. Marino jumps. They clear it. We just look average. What you got to do when you play against a team like this, they've packed the middle of the pitch. The space is wide. Get Martinelli and Waneri hugging the touchline. They'll be in space. They'll pull people out. It'll create space. They play very narrow, Brentford. I don't think Martinelli's got past that fullback the whole game. Even there, he makes the run. I mean, the pass wasn't good enough, to be fair. I think with Calafiori, I have a little bit of sympathy for him for two reasons. Number one, he's not a left-back. Being a left-footed defender doesn't mean automatically you're a left-back. He's a centre-back that can do a job at left-back. Ideally, you're not going to see the best of him at left back. And he's obviously had a few injuries as well. Look at Waneri. Look at the difference. Unlucky with the cross. But I would rather see that every single day of the week than what Martinelli's doing on the other side. Again, drops a step over on him, goes past him, the cross goes straight at the keeper. But Marino is, for me, way off it. Way off it. I'm not convinced by Calafiori either because he still doesn't look great. But Marino, I'm totally unconvinced by him. Odegaard whips it in. Comes to the back post. Last few seconds. He's offside. Ah, that sums up the half. Ref blows the full-time whistle, half-time whistle. Poor first half, man. Poor quality. Just lacking. Let's get the half-time. Still not convinced by Marino at all. Calafiori is a centre-back playing left-back. Doesn't look great at left-back. Partey's been our best player. This is a flat performance. If this was like at Sunday league level and you watch this performance, the excuse would be, yeah, the lads went out last night, celebrated New Year's Eve. I don't know what we can say with these. Maybe they did go out last night. We desperately need new players. I'm sorry. We just do. It's been so obvious, and it's frustrating to me that you read articles saying Arsenal feel they need a striker and a left winger. Well, the crazy thing is, there were a lot of people saying that in the summer. So we're going to buy them a year after we should have bought them. We needed them in the summer. Listen, like I said, you do have to give a little bit of patience to players when they join. But you need to see shoots of optimism. I don't expect players to just join Arsenal all the time and just hit the ground running and rip the place up. But I need to see parts of their game that I can see, oh, if you work on that, something can really happen there. I think if you're a really good player, you can see something in a player. I'm watching Marino play. I don't know what he brings to this team. Yeah, you whip a high cross in, he's not bad in the air. Apart from that, I've got nothing to offer you what I'm seeing from him. Nothing. I would genuinely rather have Jorginho on the pitch. Because Jorginho, at least every now and then, plays a really good forward pass and talks and organises. I don't see anything in Marino. Nothing at all. Calafiori doesn't look great either, but at least with him I can say, well, the only excuse I can give you, you're a centre-back playing left-back in a new league. That's a difficult transition. Marino's playing in his role. He's 28 years of age. He just won the Euros. He's an experienced player. He's actually played in the Premier League before. So I don't know what the excuse is for Marino. I don't know. Yeah, he needs time to settle in, but are you seeing anything in that performance that convinces you? By the way, Thomas Partey's been our best player. Head and shoulders above everybody. Head and shoulders. Our midfield is non-existent apart from him. Odegaard's been poor. Marino's done nothing. Partey's been our best player. Partey's putting Arsenal in a situation where you're like, it's funny because a year ago I would have said get rid of Partey in 12 months' time. I'm now looking at it going, people have to understand it's the 1st of January. Partey's out of contract in the summer. He can sign for a club outside of the Premier League today. He could sign a pre-contract for Barcelona at the end of the season today. And we have no option then. He's gone. I think Arsenal need to be careful. I mean, listen, fair enough, they might want Partey and Jorginho to go and you freshen up the midfield. But it's not good when a guy that's contract's running out is our best midfielder at the moment. Yet Declan Rice costs 100 million. Marino costs 40 or 35 million. So I don't know. The positives for me, Timbers look solid despite the yellow card. Gabriel and Saliba have been pretty good, as you would expect. Partey's been our best player. Nwaneri's looked lively, hasn't had the ball much, but you can see he's direct and he's got intent when he gets the ball. He can go past the fullback. Jesus took his goal very well. It's not an exciting goal, but it's one of them that, as a former striker, I appreciate the movement. He reacts 1 second quicker than the defender to the shot. And that's what you want from your striker. At the end of the day, we might not sign a striker in January. We might be here till the end of May with Jesus and Havertz. I want Jesus to hit form because I'm not convinced with Havertz. I'd rather, can we get some sort of informed Jesus until the end of the season? Marcel said, would you take Mbeumo? Do you know what, bro? I'm going to stand by what I'm saying. I still don't think that's the player we should go for, but he's obviously a goal scorer. That's his 11th goal of the season. For a right winger playing for Brentford, start of January, you've got 11 league goals. Can I really say no when I'm looking at players like Martinelli and Trossard? Martinelli and Trossard have got 7 league goals between them. And Mbeumo's got 11 and he plays for Brentford. So it's like me having £5 and you're offering me £10 and I'm saying no. It doesn't really make sense. I suppose my aspirations are I want somebody better than him. But it's the Kroenke, so maybe I've got to just accept that an Mbeumo would be a solid squad player signing, and he scores goals. 2008 Euros Arshavin was quality. He was so exciting. I thought he was going to become a superstar at Arsenal. I really did. T. Guna said, Big C, thanks for your entertainment and keeping it real. Arshavin scoring 4 against Liverpool was something special. Remember when he's running around like 4? I've scored 4 at Anfield. I was like, remember the goal at Old Trafford? We just smacked it top corner. Arshavin would walk into this team. MP said, let's say we pull it out of this game somehow. What will happen against Brighton and Newcastle if we play the same? Oh, honestly, they're showing you the replay of that goal. I get angrier every time I look at it. I would take the armband off Martin Odegaard. I'm sorry. Giving the ball away, okay, I can accept that. Look at that. Look at the state of that pressing. That is that for me, honestly, and listen, I never played at these guys' level, so really, do I have a right to question them in the Premier League? You could say no, but I think we do. We can all see football with our own eyes. That is absolutely unforgivable what Odegaard's doing. I think I'd be squaring up to him in the dressing room. I could not accept that as a player. I really couldn't. One thing about me, I was like, yo, leave it all on the pitch. How can your captain do that? What kind of pressing is that? And that, for me, honestly, comes from the manager. He could never in a million years do that for Ancelotti or Mourinho or Simeone. They'd have him by the throat. They'd absolutely have him by his neck. You give the ball away, it's a poor pass. Put a challenge in. Don't let that guy get out of that situation. I'm looking at Calafiori. I think he should engage Mbeumo. You're just backing off him. He's nervous. The shot goes through his legs, and I don't think David Raya covers himself in glory. I hope Keown's calling out Odegaard there, you know. Let me hear this. I mean, he doesn't say much. Yeah, honestly, I want to make this abundantly clear, right? Odegaard's an extremely talented player. Extremely talented. Being extremely talented doesn't necessarily mean you'll have a great career. Go and ask players like Quaresma and Ben Arthur and Adel Tarapt and all them guys. Mad talented. You need heart, bro. You need fight. You need determination. You should not be the captain of Arsenal doing that. That's unacceptable. And you're right, MP. You do that against Newcastle, you lose. Doctor said, I'd rather spend 30 million in January to buy out Tapas' remaining contract and get a real manager than give this inept joke 30 million to blow on another scrub. Bro, White Glove said, if Mikel has functioning eyes, he hooks Calafiori. I think we can all agree that Lewis Skelly is a better left-back than Calafiori. It doesn't take a rocket scientist. Kieran Tierney is a better left-back than Calafiori. Let's just say it as it is. You know, he's the shiny new toy that you got for Christmas. Calafiori, he ain't a left-back. He ain't a left-back. Not in the Prem. The wingers are too direct. Miguel said Arsenal will go after players nobody really wants. We're lucky Mudryk got drug tested and caught. We'd have probably got him on loan. He-Man said Odegaard has been trash lately. First goal was his fault. Absolutely disgraceful what he did for that first goal. If Martinelli and Saka could learn those quick step overs Ethan has, they would be unstoppable. Every time he touches the ball, you know, will be the defender. Big up Alfred. It's classy from him. Ross said, Happy New Year, my friend. Big up, man. Appreciate it. Sell Martinelli. Can't play against the low block, says Carl. It's a waste of time playing him against any team in the bottom half of the table. They camp on the edge of the box. He can't get past the fullback. He played, who was it, Ashley Young the other week? He's nearly 40. You didn't get past him the whole game. It's pointless. Unless they're defending on the halfway line, Martinelli's useless. It's useless, honestly. Mohammed said, new player raises confidence for the squad, shows that the owners are serious. Football is a confidence game, 100 million %. 100%, bro. They need to see a new player come through the door that lifts the spirits. Sire said maybe Marino is the donkey instead of Havertz. He looks worse than Havertz, bro. But then he cost half the price nearly, but doesn't make it right. Maybe he's taken on the role while he's out. Brio said Marino will score, will create another song. Probably. Oh, but he scored for Spain in the Euros. So what? He didn't start for them. He was a squad player. Crazy. Still not convinced by Marino. Partey's been our best player, so we need to do more. Partey's been brilliant. Yeah, as somebody just said, Marino looks confused. Is he being asked to do something that he's not comfortable doing? I'm trying to figure out my thought process. Oh, it's Sire, not Sia, so apologies. My thought process is that they want him to play that sort of Granit Xhaka role, that he'll be the left 8 that will go and support Martinelli. But it ain't working. It ain't working. It's just not working at all. We blame the Kroenkes, but it's the people spending on the wrong talent. We spent more than Liverpool. Who hires the people that spend the money, Alex? I'm sorry, everything goes back to them. They gave 750 million to Edu and Arteta and Vinay. Three people with no serious experience. So you've then got to blame them. If you give somebody crazy money and they've never had it, imagine you're 19 years of age or 18 and you become a multi-millionaire top-level footballer. You might end up crazy, especially if you've come from difficult situations. All of a sudden you got 5 million in the bank, you'll be a lunatic. I always say, if I'd have made it in the Prem, boy, I would have been, millions in the bank. They probably couldn't get me to go training. I'd be on a world tour. So everything's got to go back to the ownership. You hired Vinay with no real football experience. You hired Edu, who apart from Corinthians and the Brazilian national team, has zero success as a sporting director. And Arteta had never been a manager in his life. So what did they expect to happen? There had to be one out of the three that was handling the situation. Seeing a lot of comments getting deleted. What's going on? Mods, go easy, man. Go easy on the community. Unless people are saying madness. But I'm not really seeing too much, so let's go, tread carefully, man. We unless the community's running wild. Over 6,000 people in here, man. Big up. Sure on tour headlines. Oh, bro. I can't imagine being a teenager being on hundreds of thousands of pounds a month. It would have been ridiculous. What did Nelly do to earn him the starting lineup? At this point, I have more faith in an academy winger. He's actually done nothing in that first half. He really has done nothing. Odegaard's had a stinker as well. And Marino, there's a few. There's a few, to be honest. Martinelli needs a long break, but the problem is there's nobody to rest him for. Trossard, and Trossard will put in that performance where he looks drunk, and then you want him off the pitch. We might end up... I think Nwaneri's done enough today for me to say, you're starting the next game right wing. He's done more than Odegaard. And he's done more than Martinelli. Ricky said Martinelli doesn't get in the senior citizens team my dad plays in. Does Odegaard have a lung condition? The amount of snot is worrying. I don't know with Odegaard, man. It's really, really poor how people don't call him out on backing out of challenges. I think Mbeumo really got the better of Raya for that goal. And like somebody just said there, Raya knows him from Brentford. I think he thought, you know what, in this position, he bends it in the far corner. He just whipped it near post. We've made no subs, by the way, which isn't a surprise. O'Malley said, feel like the players think, what did Arteta tell me to do here during training before they make a play? I remember watching that beautiful Arsenal football. I'm going to come back to what you just said there. Also, we didn't hire the tech guru. Where's he at? Yeah. If you saw, there was a comment online where Declan Rice said to Cedric, I can't remember what he told me to say. I don't know if you guys have seen that comment. It was online the other day. If you type in Declan Rice Cedric, he basically said Arteta had given him so much information He didn't remember what he wanted him to do. And sometimes they look like they're playing like that. Ryan said, to defend Arteta a little bit, how many of his first choice signings did he get? Edu left because he failed and they've spun a different narrative. Arteta wanted a striker and left winger. Is it on Edu? It's a great question. It's the $1 million question. The stories coming out of Brazil were that he didn't get the players he wanted. Whose fault is it? You know, yeah, it could be that. I just can't imagine a situation where Edu was telling Arteta, no, you're not signing him, we're signing him. Yet Edu's been pushed out the door. And Arteta's been given the second highest contract in the Premier League. It feels like he's won any power struggle that he's had at that football club. So who knows? Who knows? But big up Ryan. If that is the case, then of course, yeah, Arteta would deserve some defending. He could say, well, I didn't even want these players. But we don't know the answer. AMSN said, honestly, I won't give Arteta any more money to spend. His talent ID is questionable. Get a proper sporting director who can identify proper play. That is one of the biggest signings we need to make. Sporting director. Second half underway. And big up to everyone locked in. What are we on in terms of likes? Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. There's 6,000 of you in the chat. And we're on, what are we on for likes? We should be on 3,000 by the end of the game. I reckon we should be getting like 4,000. We're on 2.2k, which is great. Big up the community. Same team has come back out. No changes in the second half, people, for the Arsenal. I tell you what, we're 45 minutes away from getting away with this or having a major problem. MP said, it's funny, when Odegaard got injured, we all said we will miss him. I said too, I'm ashamed now. He started the season well, so when he got injured, it felt like it was a huge miss. But he hasn't looked the same since he's come back. I think them first 2 games were probably adrenaline. Since then, he's been poor. But again, no suitable replacement. If you signed Eze, you signed Danny Olmo, somebody like that, you can take him out of the team, allow him more time to get fit, and then bring him in. Thomas Partey was fantastic in that first half. Big up that guy, D. Don't forget, people, QR code there, Proton VPN sponsoring today's show. Big up to them. Don't forget, use the code CurtisShawTV to get 3 months on the 1-year plan. Keep yourself safe wherever you're traveling with Proton VPN. Scan the QR code or click the linked comment in the chat, people. Big C, what should Trent do? Trent will go to Real Madrid in the summer for a massive, massive signing on fee, in my opinion. But you never know. If Liverpool win the Champions League or the Prem, maybe they pull at the heartstrings and get him to sign a new deal. You know, that's probably the only way Liverpool might get him. To keep him. Maybe the heartstrings will be pulled. But it's interesting that Madrid have gone for him now. It probably shows that they've... well, with Carvalho being out for the season, they've made the move early. The thing is, if you're Trent, they're going to say, look, we might have paid 40, 50, 70, 80 million for you now. We'll give you 20, 30 million in your own pocket. Corner to Arsenal. Martinelli to whip it in. It's high. It's flicked up in the air. Goes out for a goal kick. No, he's given another corner. Apparently Lee Judges was on TV there. Let me try and see it. He's done it again. Where is he? I'm just looking for the bold head. Where was Judges there? I can't see him. He's probably got a hat on, I'm assuming, has he? I can't see him. Maybe it was the bit before that. Yeah, Martinelli on corners is mad. Corner on the other side now. Oh, he had a scarf on. I didn't see him. Expected flicks. Here we go. Anyway, corner from the other side. In swinger from Ethan Nwaneri. Can we get a goal? We've got to find a way of winning this. I predict a 2-1. Nwaneri whips in. It's high. The keeper's flapping. It's all over the place. Jesus cleared. Yes! Mikel Merino! Hey, I've always rated that lad. There we go. They'll say he was a hell of a signing now. He's slower than a double-decker bus, but he scored to put Arsenal in front. Mikel Merino with the goal. And he gives Arsenal the 2-1 lead. And he runs around the corner flag. Best signing ever. Always rated him. Euros winner. You know we're shameless, people. Set Piece FC to the rescue. The keeper's all over the place. I thought Jesus was going to score. And he scores 5 yards out. Listen, let's just get the victory. Performance is all over the place. We just got to win now and move on. Marino always... Yeah, the song will be on the way. They'll make a song for him after this. He'll probably get a new contract. Marino! Football is a shameless game, right? Half time I'm saying get rid of him. What does he do? Now he's scored. He'll be the hero. Marino's better than Iniesta, says SLD. This is the shameless nature of football. Arsenal lead 2-1 without really doing anything. But we'll take it. You're a genius. I thought Marino was crap, but you always rated him. You know, I was a little bit frustrated. Here's Ethan Waneri. Take him on, lad. Take him on, Eth. Oh, he got muscled. Got to be stronger there, but anyway, he's only 17. I do it on purpose, you know, criticise. Look, are you seeing that pass? Did he kick the floor? He's back to normal. Ah, Saliba bullies and Buema. Marino there just kicked the floor. Anyway. Michael Jordan. That's why he wears 23, people. It's Mike. Brilliant signing. Bargain for 35. Ah, dear. Anyway. Let's just win the game and keep it moving. That's all we're here for. Thomas is the best DM we've had since Gilberto Silva. Yeah, I'd agree with that. I would agree with that. We ain't had a lot since. Marino is world class, said MP. Ah, dear. This is the beauty of football. Jesus flicks it into Martinelli. I think he overdid it a bit there, Gabby Jesus. Gabriel does well, wins the ball back. Arsenal keep possession. Let's get a third. Brio said, I told Curtis Marino will score. I told you. Yep. The song's on the way. Waneri right-hand side again. Timber on the overlap. Whips it in back post. Decent ball. Here's Martinelli. Yes! Gabriel Martinelli! The best winger in the Premier League. The new Bebeto. We don't need wingers when we've got this guy. He's world class. He's absolutely stunning. And he slams it into the bottom corner. Forget all the criticism in the first half. I can edit that out and pretend it never happened. Gabriel Martinelli. Gabriel Rivaldo. Gabriel Ronaldinho makes it 3-1. And that should be game, set and match. Waneri whips it in, lovely cross, comes out to Martinelli, 12 yards out, volleys it into the bottom corner, and Arsenal lead 3-1. TLC settings, people, the scrubs. They've come to life. Marino and Martinelli, two of the worst players in the first half. Good finish. Brentford are so bad at dealing with crosses. What a player. He's world class. Sharkanelli, yo, I like that one, you know. Baby Sharka doo 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 doo. Yo, let's go. VAR check for what, bro? For what? Peru Nelly's come back to life, man. Yeah, it counts. He needed that. Well done, fella. Martinelli. 3-1. Vamos. All the players out. See, it was reverse psychology. I criticised them. And now they're playing well. Oh, the God, what a ball. Take him on, Martinelli. Come on. Come back to life. Step overs. He's back. He's done him. Great. Oh, Gabby Martinelli. Hey, he's back to life, this lad. What a ball from Odegaard. Look at the snot on that one. Outside of the foot. Martinelli even dropped a step over on him. The Brazilians are back. They've left Peru. They're coming back to Brazil. What's going on? Neymar and Ellie. I like that one as well. Let me just criticise all of them and then they play really well. I think I need to keep doing this, saying how bad they are. Give me a second. I got to close this window. Getting a crazy draft here. I can't be dealing with that. It's too cold for all that. You know, and you can feel the breeze coming. Nah, that window's got to close. Curtis Shameless Shaw. Listen, I embrace it. I don't run from it. I just say it as it is. Oh, mate, outside of the foot. All kinds of snot on that one. It should be game over, surely. Odegaard is the best captain I've ever seen. Look at this pure embodiment of a leader. It's beautiful scenes. Saliba does well. He's had a very good game. We're shameless community, people. We're a shameless community. Here is Gabby Jesus. He's got no support, though, and no one seems to be in a... Anyone going to help him? He's got about 7 players on him. Keeps the ball well. We're shameless people. It's the only way... Yeah, David, it's tough love, you know what I mean? It's necessary. You can't tell them how great they are all the time. You've got to bring them down to earth sometimes. Say, listen, fix up. But big up to everyone locked in. 3-1 to the Gunners. Happy New Year, people. It's Calafiori. Finds Martinelli. I can't believe he did a step over. Finds Calafiori again. Great ball! Marino, I think he tried to shoot. It ends up being a 1-2. That is a crazy, crazy shot. But, hey. E. Ross said, we've always rated him. We always knew. Crowder actually singing a Marino song. Don't lie. I need to hear the song. Goatanelli said, the Goatanelli. Yeah, man, the goat's goating, man. MP said, Nelly's better than Salah. What did Mickey Ross say to the player, says Mohammed? He said, the boss. Oh. Mickey Ross. Rose. Gabriel Thousand Buemo. He is alive. Johnny 5 settings, Goatanelli. DM said, yo, Big C, I've always rated him. That should be on a t-shirt, shouldn't it? JP said, I can edit out and pretend it never happened. Yeah, we can get that out. They go, well, you was criticising him first off. You know. DG said on his life, Martinelli is scoring. 15 seconds later, he scored. Fair play. Spoke it into existence. Jerome always rated them FC. Big up Jerome, who's gifted 5 to the community as well. Big up your damn self. Welcome the new 5. The new Bebeto is wild behaviour. Some real OG ballers there I'm calling out, you know. Right, I feel a lot more comfortable now. Let's get a couple more. Brentford look vulnerable to... Let's see Martinelli's touch. Oh my God, it's the best touch I've ever seen. He's done it with his left foot. He's brought it out the ear. He's a new player. Oh, he's lost the ball after, though. You seeing that first touch on his left foot? They've brought him back to life. Martinelli's back, people. Until the next game when he probably runs it out for a goal kick again. But I'll embrace it while I can. We got some Jogger Benito back today, man. It's about time. I want a couple more goals, man. Rip the tags. Rip the damn tags off. Rocky 4. You're right. Do I go upstairs, get the tags off? It's official. The tracksuit will not be refunded. I've got 28 days. I'll be patient. I'll be patient. It's a new year, new Martinelli. Information and entertainment. You know the slogan, people. That's what we're here for. Curtis will pass Grenada's 110,000 population in 2025. I'm calling. Let's hope so, man. Here come Brentford, though. Corner of the area. Don't concede. Ball whipped in. Raya collects it. Nice and comfortable. Yeah, the goal difference. Let me look at the goal difference. How many? I think we were 9 behind Liverpool. Here's Martinelli again. Corner of the area. Oh, he's kept it. Good ball in. Gabriel Jesus. Near post puts it wide. Feel like he should have maybe gone with his left foot there. He was under pressure. Lovely clearance from Rayo. Martinelli. This is what you need Martinelli to do, man. Speed. Does well to pick out Jesus there. Should Jesus have hit that with his left foot, maybe? He's never going to shoot, never going to score there with the outside of his right foot. Feel like he's got to rate this performance so far. I don't actually know. Like, because we're winning, you might get us. The result sugarcoats the performance, but it's all about winning. So I'll probably give it a 6.5, 7, 6.5. We've had good moments. The performance, maybe a 7. It's New Year's Day. We're in a good mood. But we definitely haven't played that well. That's for sure. But it's a results business, you know, at the end of the day. Probably 6.5. If we can score another goal or two, Partey's been superb. Slip him in, he's in! Oh, see, that's where Martinelli's frustrating, man. Jesus was in. Play the ball early. KV, you're probably right. Result 7, performance 6.5. Oh, he said 5.5. He went game of 2 halves. I think we can score a couple more. They look quite vulnerable to the counter-attack, Brentford, now. Because they're losing, they have to attack. Leave space. Here's Mbuemo. 1v1 with Gabriel. Lays it off. Tries to go to the byline. Good defending, Gabriel Magalhaes. A corner to Brentford. Emmanuel said a strong 7.5. Anthony said we look better without Havertz. I'd say our attacks in the second half have been a lot quicker, but first half they weren't. Best Brazil combo of all time. Oh dear. It's refreshing to see these guys scoring, that's for sure. 3 different scorers again. Corner to Brentford. I feel like Martinelli could have put Jesus one-on-one with the keeper there. He waited too long. Corner to Brentford. There's an argument going on in the area. Gabriel. And one of the Brentford players. Have we won? I think we have won in this kit before, haven't we? Didn't we beat Palace? Was it Palace away? Yeah, Palace away, I think, in this kit. Anyway, in swinging corner, and Bramo whips it in. Oh, it's well worked. The shot is mistimed. Raya goes long again, looking for Martinelli. Martinelli's one-on-one. Oh, the goalkeeper gets out. David Raya throws it from the edge of the area. Martinelli was one-on-one, but the ball skids off the surface. The goalkeeper's off his line. Oh, he nearly 3 or 4 yards away from getting there, man. What a throw from Raya. He looked very shaky in the first half, Raya, but he's looked much better in the second half. It's like watching R9 and Ronaldinho to the Rucas. Whipped in by Waneri, overhits the cross, goes out for a goal kick. MP said Nelly heard the criticism from C community and now he's on fire. That's why the community is important. We got to keep them grounded, you know what I mean? I would like to see Odegaard or maybe Waneri. I think Odegaard could do with a goal. It would be great if Waneri could score. Want a few players to get some confidence here. Arsenal fans in good voice as we lead. Oh, there's Ty. There's Ty. I see Ty. Second row from the front. Big up Mapenzi, who said, thanks, Big C, for the stream. I'm driving. The only way to get the update is your stream. Big up, bro. Big up to everyone locked in. 5.5K locked in. Who is warming up there? Is that a Brentford player? Is he going for... What's he doing? Going toilet or something? He's running down the change room. Happy New Year, everyone. Big up. Big up, man. Big up, ads. 27 minutes to go. Arsenal lead 3-1, which is a lot better than we were at half-time when it was 1-1. And we didn't look great. Marino gets clattered in the challenge there. Welcome to the Prem, bro. Gabriel clears it. Calafiori under pressure from Mbuemo. He clears it up the pitch. Martinelli can't quite get there. Ty with the big headphones. Yeah, he's probably listening to the radio. He says he listens to the radio while he's watching the game. Here's Mbuemo. We got to be careful. We just don't want to concede because I feel like at the moment the game's wrapped up. But if they were to score, it's not. Brentford in possession. Twisting and turning on this left-hand side. Nwaneri and Timber. He gets past Nwaneri. Gives away a free kick there. Bit naive there. Didn't need to put the challenge in. He ain't really going anywhere. Ty's listening to Curtis's stream. Hey, big up. It'd be interesting if we win without Havertz. Havertz apparently is one of the players that is out with illness. Remember, there was a rumour going round that there's a sickness bug in the Arsenal camp. I mean, we've only really got him out apparently with the bug. So Liverpool looks ready for the title. We don't. Well, the thing is, you can't afford to do what we did in the first half because sometimes you won't rescue that, you know. We do have to remember Brentford have a fantastic record at home. This isn't an easy game, but it's just when we concede silly goals. Free kick to Brentford and Buemo whips it in. That's high. It's flicked away by Marino. Calafiori clears us up the pitch. Can Martinelli look after it? He gets pushed to the floor. Brentford win the ball back. No free kick given on the halfway line. The bug's going around the country. Yeah, listen, it's that time of the year, the cold and stuff. A lot of people are getting colds and, you know, he's probably caught that. But obviously we got a game in a few days' time. It'll be interesting if he recovers. And if he does recover, will Arteta put him back in the team against Brighton? Which is a different proposition. We have got here 24 minutes to go, people. 24 minutes. Havertz with a donkey virus. Oh, dear. Skelly back in the side. Yeah, I'm not sure Calafiori looks better than him, to be honest. But Calafiori's getting used to the league. He's playing out of position. He needs to, you know, continue to develop. The interesting question here, people, is... Oh, Nwaneri, stop that. Stop that, mate. Twisted him up. Ah, look at him. Ah, he's lost the ball, though. Arteta will concentrate on the fact that you've lost the ball. The nutmeg was crazy. Did he meg him or did it just go past him? See, that kind of excitement, we are starved of that at Arsenal. I don't know if he actually megged him. But he rinsed him. The only thing is he lost the ball at the end of it. We're starved of players who can do that. Get on the ball and go past one or two. We need that badly on that left-hand side. Here come Brentford. I'm just looking at the bench. What changes would you make? Would you bring on Rice? Would you try and rest him for a whole game? Would you bring on Jorginho to shore it up a little bit? Would you bring on Trossard? Do you bring on Skelly for Calafiori? Obviously, the bit of bad news for Arsenal in this game is that Timber will be suspended for the next game. 5 yellow cards. So he'll miss the game against Brighton. Ball over the top. Timber, too strong. Caught by David Raya. Arsenal in possession. 22 minutes to go. It would be nice to see Tierney play, but I think the reality is Tierney will leave in January. And he's not going to favour him over a player that's going to be at the club maybe long term. Yeah, you do see the talent. You can see it. I don't think Tierney will play, to be honest. I think he will bring on Skelly or Zinchenko if he did. We got some big games coming up, some big challenges, you know. To be honest, when we were looking at this sort of 9-game schedule, particularly the next 4 or 5, this was one of the easier ones on paper. Maybe not overall because Brentford have been so good at home this season, but when you think Arsenal's next 5 games, Brighton away, Newcastle at home, Man United at home, Tottenham at home, Villa at home. I mean, yeah, 4 home games, but Newcastle, Man United, Tottenham, Villa. Although Man United have been absolutely terrible. So maybe not. Saliba looking for Martinelli there. Cleared away. I suppose the good thing about this would be if we can get through the game without exerting ourselves too much. Marino finds Martinelli, corner of the penalty area. Chips it to the back post, but Martinelli was offside. And it's a free kick to Brentford. Joe said, Kurt, I've got Arsenal to win 3-1 at 20-1 off a free £2.50 bet. Jeez, you'll be happy if this stays. Big up SC Guna, who's gifted 5 memberships to the community. Big up your damn self, bro. Welcome to the 5 new members. Garbo said, the most annoying thing is we're going to see Partey at right back next game. We always struggle when he's there. We actually don't have another option, do we, to be honest? We don't have another fullback who's right-footed. Tomiyasu and Ben White both out injured. You don't want to see Partey there. Ethan would become the new Cesc Fabregas. I would say hold that thought. Fabregas was different level. Different players as well. Much more dynamic, more of a winger, more of a dribbler. Cesc was bossing games at 16, 17. He was, for me, one of the best centre mids I've ever seen play for Arsenal. Eric said the sickness is because Odegaard's blowing snot on everybody. Oh, dear. And why was me said Calafiori's playing good second half? He's been a lot more solid. And Mbeumo is a good challenge. So, yeah, fair play. Let's not let that go under the radar. He's been a lot better in the second half, which is positive. Make sure you've got gifting enabled in your YouTube settings to get a chance of a membership. Gifted, big up that guy D, and you're right. Go in your settings, make sure it's on so that you guys can get gifted one of the ones that's handed out. Arsenal sitting quite deep now, 19 minutes to go. Personally, I would leave Declan Rice off the pitch. He's been nursing an injury. We've got a lot of games coming up. I would leave him out completely if I could. I would probably give him the 90 minutes off and save him. Brighton away will be a difficult game. This was difficult, but I think if you can give him 90 minutes off, give him that 90 minutes. 19 minutes to go. Surely we'll make a few changes. Tomiyasu, I don't even know what the injury is. He just seems to be out for an unlimited amount of time. Here's Timber, corner of the area. Arsenal on the attack. Finds Gabriel Jesus. We're moving the ball much slower now. Feel like we're just trying to take the sting out of the game. I agree, penalty spot. I don't think Odegaard is 100% fit, which is why you need squad depth so that you don't have to force him and force him. Here's Thomas Partey, 30 yards out. Turns the shot down. Jesus, right-hand side. Odegaard. He's probing. Finds one area. Arsenal playing much slower now. Odegaard looks for Jesus. It's blocked. Waneri, little 1-2 with Odegaard unlucky. It breaks down. Can Partey win it back? Don't foul him. Don't foul him. He's going nowhere. He's done well to get out there, the Brentford player, and they clear it. Big up Mohammed, who's gifted 20 memberships to the community. Big up your damn self. Memberships galore, people. Memberships. Get your memberships. They're being handed out. Big up to man like Mohammed. Throwing out the 20. And welcome to the new members. Plenty of new members in the chat today. Like that guy D said, make sure you've got it enabled in your settings. Ball out wide. Gabriel Jesus just about keeps it in on the byline. Timber in support. Odegaard in support. Here's Timber. Edge of the box. Mikel Merino. Odegaard. They're still playing 1-2s. Little flick by Odegaard. And the goalkeeper collects it. I don't mind that. It didn't work, but I have no problem with creative players trying to be creative. I have a problem with you backing out of challenges. MP said, hit the likes. Get the likes up, people. 5.5k in the chat. Ball whipped in. Good defending by Gabriel. He's shouting at his midfield. He's not happy. Corner to Brentford. You just want to see Arsenal manage this game now. Brentford making 4 substitutions. 16 minutes to go. Arsenal haven't made a change yet. 4 changes for Brentford. Obviously, games coming thick and fast now over this festive period. Can we get 6k likes? I think we're at 2.5k likes. Let's try and get 4k likes, people. 5.5k in the chat. 4 changes. Yeah, we need to focus. The whole dynamics of the game will change with those 4 changes. Wissa comes off. Dangerous player. We've kept him quiet today. 4 changes for Brentford. 16 minutes to go. Arsenal have not made a change. I think you have to go in your settings, and it's something about gifting memberships. I'll try and find exactly where it is. I said Happy New Year to the best Arsenal community on YouTube. Big up your damn selves. Big up my bro Akeem. He said get Rice on and shut up shop. I hear it. They are getting a few set pieces. That's my only concern. We're not really... We look like we're sitting back now. Sometimes it's dangerous soaking up pressure. Gabby shouting FNL, mate. I like Gabriel's leadership qualities, man. Corner. And Bremo whips it in. It's high. Raya comes for it. Raya's so good at collecting crosses, man. I used to feel so nervous with Ramsdale when it comes to crosses. And this ain't me throwing shade on Ramsdale now. He's left. He was just a nerve-wracking goalkeeper at catching the ball. Raya is so much more comfortable. Jesus does well there. Free kick not given, though. Got to be a bit stronger there. Go to the live chat. Click on the gift icons that appear. Then select Allow Gifts. Is that how you do it? Fair play. I actually don't know how you do it. So if that's right, big up to you. Let's have a look. Show your support. Membership gifting. Yeah, maybe. I actually don't know how you do it, so maybe there's more than one way. I thought you had to go into your settings. Unlock member only perks. Brentford in possession. Brentford getting a lot of the ball now. Arsenal sitting off a little bit. We're at nearly 3k likes already. Big up to the community. Put Skelly and Jorginho on. Someone else said, next year we need a Discord group. Best community. Yeah, a lot of people have said that. Do you know what? I honestly, you know me, no dishwasher. Still using Hotmail. Discord's a foreign language to me. I get it, though. I've looked into it. So, yeah, maybe we'll do it. No Kai Havertz today. He's out with illness. 3 changes for Arsenal. Here we go. Lewis Skelly, Trossard, Declan Rice. Who does he bring off? Calafiori comes off for Lewis Skelly. 77 minutes gone. So good minutes in the tank for him. Needs to get used to the league. Looks like Waneri's coming off. Put your head up, bro. You did well there. Positive performance. Trossard comes on for Waneri. I think that could be his first Premier League start, you know. Get a C-Unit Pro Clubs team. That would be good. Do not do a Discord. More trouble than they are worth. Oh, there you go. We're getting different views. Lewis Skelly comes on. And Declan Rice comes on. Deckers is on. 13 minutes. Who did Declan Rice even come on for there? Oh, Marino comes off. Yeah, listen. Make the changes. Waneri, I think that's a positive performance, bro. I think, to me, he should be starting right wing at Brighton. Showed plenty of attacking intent. Went past the fullbacks. Got crosses in. I think Waneri there should be playing right wing at Brighton in the next game. I hope he starts on Saturday, Len. I really do. Big up, Nath. Hope you're well, bro. Happy New Year to you and the family, man. Marino off to a standing ovation. The beauty of football is you can put in a very average performance. If you score and we win, it's very positive. You know, it's very positive. That's the way football is. So I don't think Marino's had a particularly great game, but he scored the second goal, which is actually going to be the winner. So it's very difficult to be overly... Because sometimes you say to yourself, what's better? You have a good game but don't score, or you put in an average performance and score. You know what I mean? Sometimes you need that goal. So that's where it can get a bit crazy sometimes, football. But we definitely needed that goal today. It was a key goal as well. But yeah, man, Happy New Year to the community. Did you see Xerxes cheered off? Well, he got cheered off. Well, they were cheering him coming off, right? Because he was that bad. And what did I say about Xerxes, people? What did I call him? What did I call him when we were linked with him? I said, keep that picky head ass away from our club. Now you see why. Guy's a bang average footballer. Nay said, yeah, we are good. We'll have to catch up soon for a beer. Yeah, man, big up, bro. Odegaard poor again. Slightly better second half. Didn't hurt them enough. Hasn't hurt. I honestly don't think Odegaard's fully fit. I think he's playing whilst regaining sharpness, and his performance levels have dropped because I think that we're so reliant on him as a player that as soon as he was fit, it's like getting back in the team. What were you being, bro? Curtis is a live meeting with you. Maybe you could bring Turkish as well. OG. Maybe we could do an OG's live. That would be good. That would definitely be good. Zerkamp, according to Rants. Yeah, you might want to edit that one out of that stream. It's disgusting from United fans cheering off a young lad that came in the summer. I think that's awful. I honestly do, and I don't rate him. And I wouldn't want him anywhere near Arsenal, but I don't think Marino, I don't think Sterling, I don't think they've been that great at Arsenal. If they got dragged off in a game and I'm in the stadium, I'm not going to stand up and cheer you getting dragged off. What the hell is that going to do? I told you, fans inside a stadium have a different sort of responsibility. Not that it makes it all right to say things on here. I never verbally abuse players. I've said things that are a little bit, critical. But to pay your money, go to a stadium and boo a player off. Do you know how hard it is to be substituted in the first half of a game? He's in a foreign country. He's at one of the biggest clubs in the world. They're terrible, and he gets dragged. And they're cheering him to come off. It's horrible. It really is horrible, Yeah, Xhaka did get that treatment. You're right. You're right. The only difference I would say with Xhaka had 4 or 5 years at the club of failure. And he had a very big ego and attitude, that guy. Xerxes been at the club, less than 6 months? And his ego doesn't look like there's anything, Tell me when that live OGs is happening. I will board a plane. Yeah, we'll definitely do that. We'll definitely do something like that. Well, we got left 8 minutes. Second half's flown by, to be honest. The Abue one was horrible, man. That was horrible. That was horrible. Real Madrid used to boo. Real Madrid are a different entity, aren't they, They're different. I think you've got to read the room. Madrid, I feel like Madrid can boo any player in the world. Because everybody knows what Madrid is. Man U and a young player and a disjointed changing room and new manager, that doesn't help. The one negative, have you seen Odegaard? That is the biggest negative I've seen. I think, whatever we think, we're just going to have to be patient with Odegaard. Our team is built so much around Odegaard that even an out-of-form Odegaard is going to get picked every week. Because, number one, who else do you play in that role? Really, you could probably put Nwaneri or Trossard there. Trossard hasn't done great there. Nwaneri now might end up on the right. We don't have another creative player. So I think we've almost got to watch him hopefully play himself into form. Arsenal win a corner down by the Brentford corner flag. 7 minutes to go. I take Ahmad at right wing. 6 months left on his deal, Ahmad. I think Odegaard, our team is built around him. So I don't think he's been great today at all, but we've got to hope he gets form. Melbourne said I'd sell Odegaard in the summer. I wouldn't sell him, but I think he's got to. If you're going to be the captain, I think you've got an extra responsibility on your shoulders. I think he has to understand that. I don't think Odegaard's role is simply just getting on the ball and keeping things ticking. For me, Odegaard now has to be a player that damages the opposition more. You know, I'm looking at attacking midfielders over the past few years in the Premier League. Arsenal on the attack here. Martinelli on the right-hand side. If you think about Kevin De Bruyne, if you think about prime Mesut Ozil, if you think about Bruno Fernandes when he first got to Man United, I know he's faded very quickly. They were those players that you can't afford them to have the ball in space 30, 40 yards away from goal because they will damage you. Even Ozil when he was at his best, you give him the ball 30 yards away from goal, he'll play a pass that probably splits your whole defence open. Odegaard, for me, needs a bit more killer instinct. You need to start creating more chances. You need to start having shots. You know, being neat and tidy is one thing, but you need a bit more of that from him. Be a player that the away team are thinking, keep him off the ball because he can punish us. But I wouldn't sell him. The bees don't sting in winter, said MP. Yeah, man, they had nothing for us today. The cannon was fire in second half. This channel is funny, said 21-month streak, bro. Keep doing what you're doing. Big up, man. Member for 21 months. Big up your damn self. And big up Emmanuel. Member of the unit for 33 months here for life. Let's go. Let's do it. Big up the community. We've had over 5K for pretty much the whole game today after about the first 10 minutes when you all tuned in. So, unbelievable support today. First day of the year. Happy New Year to the chat. And let's continue to build this year. Make it a prosperous 2025. Jurriën Timber wins a free kick down by the Arsenal corner flag. Timber, for me, is just... I honestly think he's one of the best players at Arsenal. And I don't say things like that easily, by the way. You know me, I don't over-compliment players that easily. Jurriën Timber is one of the best signings we've made in the last few years for me. I think he's absolutely outstanding. Anytime he plays, I feel comfortable in that part of the pitch. I just think whoever's playing on the wing, you're going to have a long day at the office. He's quick, he's aggressive, he's good on the ball, he's got personality in the way he plays. He can go forward. And this is what I say, everything's balanced. I'm not here to just slaughter Edu and Arteta. They have got some right. 35 million or 37 million. Hey, Jesus has done a Curtis Shaw. What's happened? What went wrong? Has Callum Wilson just scored? He's ripped his shirt. Top chest is out and all sorts. Jorginho's coming on, by the way. He is like a new signing. Odegaard dragged. I mean, I won't say dragged. There's 3 minutes to go. And he's obviously not fully fit yet. Jorginho takes the armband. For the last 3 minutes. That's 4 substitutions. Arteta gives him a quick hug. A&E do bruise. 3 years. Love the C unit. Come on, man. Big up. He's done a Curtis Shaw, bro. He ripped his shirt. He's ripped his shirt. I think the defender grabbed him as they were tussling there. His tooth's hanging out. Them days there. Do you know what? I'm going to react to some old streams on it. We're going to get the Clips channel back underway as well. So we're going to maybe react to some old streams. It was crazy. Can we sub on passenger 29? The donkey needs time. He's not in the squad, bro. He's out with illness. Man's tooth is hanging out. Will go down as a classic. It just was like a toothless performance, and the guy's tooth's literally hanging out. The way it just all fell together. It was just wild. It was crazy. Get Edison from Atalanta, decent player. I think he was linked with Liverpool. Could be fun. Buendia stream reaction as well. Yeah, that was another classic. Lacquer, you prick. Yeah, that was bad. That was bad. I think that was Europa League. I was so angry. Why did you stop the Clips channel? Somebody was going to help me with it. They then backed out, and I was like, bro, I ain't even got a dishwasher. I'm using Hotmail, let alone edit videos. You know what I mean? I want, you know. But I want to get that channel running. What we got left? A minute left. What does Tierney have to do to get a game time? Join another club, bro. He ain't getting it for us. Ball whipped in back post by Brentford, over hit. Martinelli keeps in at the back post. Don't do anything silly. Gives it to Raya. Raya gets us up the pitch. I have to say, it's been a very comfortable second half. We've made pretty easy work of them. Do you have a sink? Yeah, just about. People think I'm living in the dark ages now, you know what I mean? Hand washing clothes and that. Champions League or Premier League trophy then is a perfect year. We've been saying that for years. But we'll see. We can dream. The clip from 2023, Nelson winning goal. Oh, we would easily be able to react. There's a lot of streams where I've gone crazy. There's a good few streams where I've maybe slightly overreacted, shall we say. 4 minutes added on. Very relaxed second half. Yeah, with Timber, isn't it funny? Timber was at the FA Cup. Oh! Ball over top for Brentford. The defender can't quite reach it. Goes out for a goal kick. Timber was invited as a special guest by Ten Hag to watch Man United in the Cup final the year before we got him. So you would have thought Ten Hag had worked with him at Ajax. It's a real surprise that they didn't get him at Man United. We did well to get him. Best fan channel, YouTube. Come on, you Gunners. Big up Invisible Car. Appreciate that. Bobby said the Ollie Watkins goal clip. Man, I saw Curtis crying. Bro, I was so angry at that time. Gabriel Jesus, man of the match. He's come off with his ripped shirt. Gabriel Jesus. Who came on for Gabby? I didn't even see who just came on there. Curtis Flintstone. Yabba-dabba-doo. I used to love the Flintstones as a kid, you know. Zinchenko's on, people. Zinchenko. Oh, always believe in your soul. Trossard just got megged. Hey, hit me up, man. This and the Clips channel's there. I just need to get it going. Keros, I know, wants to do some editing. Maybe he wants to do it. I don't know. But let me know. Who's up front now? Trossard up front, false 9. It's funny, isn't it? Sometimes you look at players coming on for 2 minutes, you think, what's the point? They might have an appearance fee in their contract of like 5 grand, 10 grand. Coming on for that 2 minutes could get Zinchenko 5, 6, 7 grand. So in their mind, they probably don't mind. They bring me on for 2 minutes. Partey tackles Mbuemo. Trossard, good ball out wide. Declan Rice, we needed some real pace there, somebody to run it. It's not really the player you want to be playing it to. 2.5 minutes gone of the 4 added on. Arsenal stroll into victory here. We've actually done well second half. Liverpool Man United prediction Sunday. I think Liverpool will win. I think they'll win by a couple of goals. I've seen a lot of people saying, you know, this could be another 7-0 and stuff. It never seems to work out like that, does it? I think United will go there and just put people behind the ball. Because we're playing games every 3 days, Liverpool might get 2 or 3-0 up and take their foot off the gas. I doubt if United will score. I reckon 3-0. 3-0 Liverpool. I think they'll go easy on them. They'll go 2 or 3-0 up. But you never know. If they score early, it could be annihilation. Ball goes out for a goal kick. I have to say, Saliba and Gabriel have been really good in the second half. Can you explain to me how Jesus continues playing with a ripped shirt? Isn't that forbidden? And the thing is, at this level, they would have 4 or 5 shirts per player. But maybe they knew he was coming off. United's next 2 games are Liverpool and Arsenal. So I think they're going to lose the next 2 games as well. Although the Arsenal game is the FA Cup. Yeah, I'm doing a watch-along for that game, all being well. It's on Sunday, I believe, right? So I should be about for that. What time is that kickoff? 4:30 Sunday, Liverpool United. We'll do that. We'll do that. That could be... well, yeah, we'll do it, actually, because Liverpool are the new ops for Arsenal, respectfully. I actually respect Liverpool as a club. So I'm not doing it from a place of disrespect. Full-time whistle goes. 3-1 to the Gunners. Job done. Very happy with that in the end. Again, not an amazing game of football, but we won. We've scored 3 goals. We got better in the second half. We did enough to win. We haven't overexerted ourselves, and I'm actually quite happy with that in the end. So I will take that. If you'd have offered me 3-1 before the game, I would have definitely taken. Hey, Nath, big up, bro. Happy New Year to you and the fam, man. Hope you're well, bro. I predicted 2-1, so we got better. Job done. Job done. You've got to tick these games off and keep it moving. Let's have a look at the Premier League table. Arsenal up to second, 6 points behind Liverpool. Goal difference, we're still 7 behind. Maybe we could have got a couple more, but listen, we would have all taken it. I mean, I'm just looking at Liverpool's next few games. They've got Man United at home. I think they win that. Tottenham away in the EFL Cup. Then Accrington Stanley. Forest away in the league. Then they've got Brentford away in the league. So we're looking at them too. But the problem I've got with Liverpool at the moment is... No, why is Saliba hugging Arteta like that? I swear down, Arteta was looking at Saliba like it's his dad then. Like, yo, you're just an absolute monster. The problem I've got with Liverpool at the moment is they don't look like losing to anybody. But we need to take advantage. They drew to Newcastle. When they draw games, you've got to win, you know? But listen, in terms of the result was excellent today. I thought second half we were a lot better. I said before on the show that I put out yesterday, it was New Year's Eve yesterday. Do I expect Arsenal to win the league? Probably not. But Arsenal as a team, as a club, can't give up. We've just got to keep winning games. We've got to keep winning and see where it takes us. Carol said, working on the edit now. I'm going to message you back. But yeah, if you can get the edit, I'll get that. For those that don't know, my TikTok got deleted by TikTok for copyright because I was showing the half and half reaction video. Me at the top, the goal at the bottom. There's loads of accounts that do it, but they caught on to me and blocked my channel. So now I've got to restart TikTok. So I'm restarting it. It's going to be up tonight. If you're on TikTok, go and search Curtis Shaw TV. It should be back up tonight. I've got no followers on there, so let's get them numbers back up. And then I'm going to get the Clips channel back going as well. We got to put a foot on the accelerator this year and get things going. Hit 100k, get the Clips channel going, build up the TikTok. It's been an amazing show today. The numbers have been incredible. The numbers have been incredible. S. Ronnie said, come on, you Gunners. Happy New Year to the community. Big up. Happy New Year to everyone locked in. Hey, Charles said, hope we go on a winning run. Game by game we go. And listen, the reality of the situation, we got a difficult run. If we look at our fixtures, I mean, our next few games, I mean, Brighton away is a tough game. It is a tough game. Danny Welbeck. We know that Timber's suspended now. 5 yellow cards. How do we deal with him not playing at right back? Because the unfortunate thing, Thomas Partey's had a brilliant game today in midfield. Timber's suspended. Who's going to play at right back against Brighton? Matoma playing left wing. It probably ends up being Thomas Partey. And then maybe he plays Declan Rice, Marino and Odegaard in the midfield. But it's just a shame to take Partey out of the midfield when he's playing so well. The merch, we definitely... I know, I deserve to be called a fraud for that. I've been saying it for probably 2.5 years. Just shy of 3k likes. Let's get past 3k likes, people. There's 5.25k left in the chat. We should be at 4k likes. And subscribe if you haven't already as well. We're hunting down that 100k this year. No messing around, people. No messing around. Could you play Lewis Skelly? Maybe. But will he do that? I think he'll play Partey at right back. But he's going to need a lot of help against a live wire like Matoma. Then it's Newcastle in the EFL Cup. The other thing as well, you look at the turnaround. We've played Wednesday. We now go again on Saturday, away at Brighton, and then straight back to Newcastle, well, at home against Newcastle on the Tuesday. And then Sunday against Man United, and then the Wednesday against Tottenham. What I would be saying to Arsenal is, if you're going to sign players, I think you need to do it quickly. And I know that's not always easy. And listen, if the right player isn't available, you can't do it. I understand that. I think this January is so jam-packed with football, we could do with getting a new player now. I'll be totally honest. And listen, if you have to wait till the end of the month to get the right player, then so be it. The right player is needed more than the wrong player coming quickly. But if they can, try and get the deal done quickly. We know that Raheem Sterling will not be out for too long. Whether we're fans of that signing or not, we need something to happen from him. We've got so many games, and we've only really got Martinelli, Trossard, and Nwaneri as wingers at the moment. We need to get somebody in. 9 games in January. You play those 9 games, then make a signing. You might have affected the season in a bad way. If you imagine just as an example, we play Tottenham on the 15th of January. Imagine having, I don't know what player, but just say, for example, I'll say somebody that I think that we should be going in for that's affordable. Imagine having Leroy Sané on the bench against Tottenham. £25 million potentially to get him. Imagine the impact that makes bringing a player on like that. And I know not everybody's convinced with that signing. Some people saying he's not the player he was at City. But we need somebody, a new player. We need something different, some sort of quality in the team. We've got a massive month. I just think if they wait till the end of the month, it's too late. I would like to see a player signed in the first 2 weeks of the window. And as we said, we spoke about it before the game. Sammy Mockbell confirmed Arsenal do not have any PSR worries. Marcel said, you love Sané, man is washed. Bro, I'm telling you, there's still something left there. 25 million, we seen it last season. He ripped us up. But listen, I looked at Mbeumo today, 45 million. I'll be honest, he scored a good goal. I'm still not that convinced. I still don't think he's all that. But I suppose beggars can't be choosers. Let's have a brief discussion. A few minutes looking over the team. For once, we don't need a therapy stream. Hallelujah! Praise the Lord! How long can we go in 2025 before I have to do Arsenal therapy? That's going to be the question, you know? Hope we go on a winning run game by game. You're spot on. You're spot on. Listen, as much as those games are difficult, we're favourites for every single one of those games. Somebody put it in the chat before the game. He said, every game that we've started, I've been confident we're going to win. Brighton away, we're better than Brighton. It's a tough game, but if we go there and play well, we can beat them. Newcastle at home, tough game. Isak, Bruno, but we're better than Newcastle. Man United at home, we've slapped them already. Tottenham at home, we've slapped them already. Villa at home, we've beat them at their ground this season. Then Dynamo Zagreb, who we should beat. Wolves away, we should beat. Girona away, we should beat. Then it's the end of the month. Then we got Man City. But Man City away, I even expected us to beat them. I think we'd have beat them if Trossard didn't get sent off. So the issue at the moment is with no Saka in the attack, we don't have a lot of room to manoeuvre. That's the problem. We don't have a lot of wiggle room. You know, we're down to Trossard, Martinelli, Havertz, Jesus and Nwaneri until Sterling comes back. And you're right, Machiavelli, it doesn't work like that. Because the problem is, even though we're better than all those teams, you're playing every 3 days. And Stephen said, Curtis, proven wrong again. Get on that Arteta train. Let me tell you something. Stephen, I'll tell you this. And I say this to the whole community. And I say this all the time. I say this all the time. I want nothing more than Mikel Arteta to win the Premier League or the Champions League, lift up that trophy, and be super successful. I'll be, you know me, I'm super shameless on this channel, right? First off, I said, get Marino off, he's a scrub. Get Martinelli off, he's washed. Second half, they both scored. There was all kinds of celebrations. People were calling Marino Iniesta. I was calling Martinelli Bebeto and Ronaldinho. We don't need to hide from it. I'll be the first one with him on the green screen. We'll do a waffle along. We'll get waffles on here, and we'll celebrate how great he is. There'll be all sorts of celebrating going on. I want him to prove me wrong. I said it on this channel. I had the opportunity to meet him a couple of times on the tour, I think the most we had about a 30-second chat in LA, and he was a cool guy. I actually said on a personal level, you can tell that he's a cool guy, but it's about winning. That's all I'm interested in. You know, I'm only interested in winning. But yeah, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. Every time Arsenal win a game, them Arteta fanboys gonna cut. They can. I don't mind, bro. I'm not here to say I'm right and you're wrong. I actually don't need to say anything. We know that individual performances is not what this is all about. We're still 6 points behind Liverpool. They've still got a game in hand. They've still got a better goal difference. We've got a mini mountain to climb. So I don't mind that. I really don't mind that. What I want now is Arsenal. The problem with Arsenal don't build from a position of strength. They wait until there's a problem. Look at this. Yeah, right, let's go with it. You know me, I don't hide from these comments. Let's do this. AP 2001. Stop talking ish about your team, mate. You're competing when 5 years ago you were in the mud. It's progress. Nothing in life is easy. To turn around. Calm down. AP, first of all, tell me who you support. Because you're obviously not an Arsenal fan because you said your team. You didn't refer to it as our team. So fair enough. 5 years ago you were in the mud. Yeah, but 20 years ago we were the best team in the country. So because 5 years ago we're in the mud. And by the way, 5 years ago we won the FA Cup. We won the FA Cup. What does competing get you if you don't win at the end of it? Would Pep say, well, at least we're competing. Look where Man City were 20 years ago with Sean Goat. Forget all that, bro. Forget all that. You don't support blindly. You've still got to call out what it is. But hey, and Happy New Year. Happy New Year. I said he's a troll. Listen, I don't hide from them comments. I don't. You know me. We can talk. We can have the discussion like that. See, if the players have your mentality, would have won the Premier League 3 years in a row. Happy New Year again to all in the community. Big up MP, bro. Great to come from behind and win. Let's keep it going. Get the transfers. Listen, we've won a game today. We've won our last 4 in all comps, right? Since the Everton game, which was a low point. Beating Palace in the Cup, beating them in the league, beat Ipswich, beating Brentford today. The feeling is getting better around the club. We know that Saka's going to be out. It's very disappointing. We can't dwell on it. We have to figure it out. That's how you're successful in life. You find solutions to problems. Saka's out. Get on with it. Go into the market and give this squad a boost. Because let's be honest, our squad is short. Look at our bench today. I know we've got no Havertz, no Sterling, but we need more. I think we could do with 2 players in this window. You know, can you get one in on a permanent and get one in on loan? You know, if the money's there. Could you go and buy somebody for 40, 50 million and go, right, there's a permanent, but I can also get a little player in on loan as well. There's rumours Danny Olmo might be available on loan. He won't leave on a permanent, but Barcelona can't register him, right? And then there's release clauses galore that can be activated. There's rumours Ivan Toney might get loaned out from Saudi. Leroy Sané potentially 25 million. You've got Osimhen 65 million release clause. You've got Gyökeres 80 million release clause. There's now stories that Ancelotti's going to let Arda Güler go on loan because he's been playing Brahim Diaz ahead of him and Güler wants first team football for a short period of time. So you can get an Arda Güler on loan. So there's no excuse. There's decent players out there that you could go and buy one and also get a half decent one in on loan. And you drop 2 players into the squad, it helps. I think we need 2 players. We're down to the bare bones. How do you feel about Matheus Cunha? I like him, but I think his price tag, I would buy somebody else. I think he'd cost 60 million plus. Nico Williams does have a release clause, but apparently he's putting it out there. He doesn't want to leave in January. I think the problem you've got with Nico Williams wants to go... where am I thinking? Nico Williams wants to go to Barcelona. But I think Nico Williams is one of them where if Barca can't afford him in the summer, maybe he would come to the Prem. They've said stories that maybe he's more open to to come into the Prem now. Young Expression said, Curtis, I'm going for a breakup. Your show makes me feel better for the time being. Hey, listen, you'll get there, bro. There is more fish in the sea. I know it's a saying, and it does hurt when it happens, but you'll get there, bro. Don't worry. Stay focused. You know, all you have to do is level up yourself, you know, while you're out of that situation. Carol said, can we make any more loans? There's a limit. So this is, a lot of people say this. You can have more than 2 players on loan. You can't have more than 2 players on loan from the same division. But there is a way around that. Obviously, Sterling and Neto, there's probably not a clause in either deal that we can send them back. All you do is quite simply, Neto's contract is up in 6 months from Bournemouth. All you would have to do is sign him on a permanent. You obviously don't sign Raheem Sterling because he's on 300 grand and he's not playing well. Neto probably wants to sign for Arsenal. It's one of the biggest clubs he's played for. Backup goalkeeper. All you do is go to Bournemouth, go, look, Neto's contract's up in 6 months. How much do you want for him? 2 million quid. Make it a permanent deal. Then you've created a loan space for a player from the Premier League. Sterling, you're not going to be able to send back because Chelsea aren't going to want him back. And there won't be a break clause in that contract. So you just sign Neto on a free. That's all you got to do to get around that. Big C, we played better without Killer Kai Havertz. Did we play? But I think we played quicker without him. I think you were a bit more incisive. Martinelli's direct. Wasn't great, but got a goal. Waneri's direct and Jesus a bit more quick, you know? So, listen, there are players available. Arsenal, get the deals done. Mohammed said, thanks for the entertainment, Big C. 3-point collecting should be the target, as always. Bailiffs, turn up, collect and leave, people. MP said, Coman and Osimhen would be good. I'd take that. And I'm not even the biggest fan of Kingsley Coman. But under these circumstances, a Kingsley Coman on loan with no obligation to buy, you'd just take somebody like that. If you got like an Osimhen that would be the game-changing striker, hopefully. Will at the Ark said, Happy New Year, Curtis, brother. Thanks for all, mate. Big up, man. Appreciate the well wishes. Dr. Barron said, a happy and blessed New Year. See you, Nick community. Who was your man of the match today, people? For me, Thomas Partey. He's back in general settings, people. I actually don't know. Well, I do know. No, I'm going to say I do know. I would give him a 1-year deal with a 1-year option for me. I think we're now in a situation where Partey's playing so well, you can't let him leave the football club unless there's other reasons they want to let him leave, but we won't speak about that. He's been our best midfielder all season. He's out of contract in the summer. You were thinking, well, the problem you got with Partey turns 32 in June. So by next season, you've got a 32-year-old, and because of the injury problems, you're always worried, are his legs going to go at any moment in time? But I think at the moment, he's probably there as potentially one of our players of the season, to be honest. I think you've got to give Partey a new contract. I just wouldn't be giving him no 3-year contract. I would give him a year with a 1-year option. Listen, Roman, and I'm not going to delve into it because it's something I shouldn't speak about, but this is a very open platform and we have open and honest conversations on this platform. We all know what we're talking about. I'm talking about it without talking about it. You all know what I'm talking about. The reality is the guy was not found guilty of anything. So we can only judge him on what has been proven. I had the same feeling. I'm going to be totally honest. When the accusations were made, I was like, do you know what, bro? That don't sit right. But the reality is the guy was never found guilty, you know. So what are we supposed to go off? Accusations? The reality is the guy was not locked up. The guy was not found guilty of anything. That's all we can go off. Unless anybody knows, that's all we can go off. So we move on and we judge him purely as a football player. So for me, the way the guy has played this season, I would give him a new contract. It would be a 1-year deal with a 1-year option. It would be a 1-year deal with a 1-year option for me. He gets booed at every team. Yeah, listen, we know what football's like. We know. He probably knows that's going to happen. They would have spoken to him about that. Even today, I heard him on the ball getting booed. You know? How come you don't feel the same about Greenwood? You know why, bro? It's the voice note. Mason Greenwood wasn't found guilty because the girl he's with dropped the case because they got back together. So he didn't get locked up. You heard the voice note. You know what kind of guy he is. He's lucky that the girl got back with him and said, listen, she's back with him. She dropped the case. They ended up having a kid together. So it's different. To me, we heard hardcore evidence. He got away with it. His was different. He wasn't found guilty, but the evidence tells you what was going on. And, you know, their relationship apparently was crazy. So there's a reason Mason Greenwood doesn't play in the Premier League. He wouldn't get away with that. They would annihilate him in England. Would you sign Pogba? I always think with me, I love flair. I love swagger. I love players that have got a little bit about them that a lot of players don't have. Paul Pogba falls into that category. However, I don't know if he's that player anymore. He's a free agent, Pogba. What I would do, I'd bring him in and get him to train. I'll bring him in and say, all right, we'll bring you in for a week. We'll have a look at you at training. Paul Pogba, on the ball, is absolutely amazing. The problem you got with Pogba doesn't work hard. Pogba doesn't run around a lot. And again, that is the kind of player that Arteta wouldn't go anywhere near. You know, I don't think he likes that kind of personality. You know, and Pogba, there was a lot of criticism of him in the changing room at United. He wasn't a leader, didn't work hard enough. I don't know. I like Pogba the player. I feel like that ship has sailed. But if you said to me, would I bring him in for 2 weeks and have a look at him in training, I'd probably take the risk and just have a look at him. You don't need to sign him. I'd say, Paul, we want to have a look at you for 2 weeks. But I just don't think Arteta would go anywhere near him, to be honest. I think that ship has sailed. Olmo, De Jong, Gyökeres, Tony, Sané, Nico, all straightforward to get in January. Well, definitely a few of them. They're saying if Olmo doesn't go, De Jong will be the one that's sacrificed. The thing with De Jong's on like nearly $500,000 a week, and he's very injury prone. I personally wouldn't sign Frenkie De Jong. He gets injured all the time. Gyökeres you can get, Tony might be, Sané might be, Nico maybe in the summer, I would think. There's no excuse though. MP said, thanks for the stream. Going to look after my 8-month precious girl. Stay safe until next time. Take care to you and your daughter, bro. And take care to all of the community. Appreciate your support today. We've been pretty, I mean, we're at 4K now, but we've been above 5K for 80% of this stream today. We're at pretty much 3K likes. Want to say a massive thank you to the community for their support today. Arsenal got there in the end. I think the second half was a lot better. We managed the game well, and we definitely deserved the win in the end. Couple goals in the second half secure the victory, and I'm very happy with the result in the end. First half, I don't think we were great. Second half, we were much better. And I want to credit Calafiori and Marino in the second half. I thought Calafiori was solid against Mbuemo second half. Marino still didn't do much, but he got his goal, so fair play. I still want to see more from them. But a good victory for Arsenal. My advice to Arsenal, get into that market early. And don't forget, today's show, sponsored by Proton VPN. Scan the QR code, link in the description below. Use the code CurtisShawTV for 3 months free with the 1-year plan. Happy New Year to the community. Take care. Fancam will be out shortly, and I'll be back tomorrow, people. Arsenal 3-1 winners against Brentford. Bless.